Alright, I think we're live.
Wish we had like walkie-talkies or something.
That would be nice.
Beam me up.
Well, we have a microphone, so that's cool. Alright, hi everyone. We are coming from the Dice Dojo in Chicago. I am Greg Schaefer. This is...
And I'm Steven Dang.
Steven Dang is better at Magic than me.
First time commentator here, though.
Yeah. But you're a legacy expert,
Whoa.
so we're expecting high goals here. So it's gonna be just pure gold.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we come from the Dice Dojo in Chicago, North Side. We stream Monday nights, 7 p.m., which is where we are now. We also stream from MTG Card Market Thursdays at 7:30 for Legacy as well, and also on Wednesday at Card Market for Modern. So, do you ever play there, or do you just work?
I only work.
Yeah.
I don't like playing under the camera.
Yeah.
I like working behind the scenes.
You only like win PPTQs and shit.
Only PPTQs.
Yeah.
I got 2 more chances, folks. 2 more chances to win a real one.
Oh, yeah. There's what? Are they still standard for the season?
They are still real. Maybe I shouldn't be opening my mouth about them.
Oh yeah. So the last one I attended had like 90 people. It was microscopic. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, the attendances have been actually pretty low. I think most people think it's either like a PPTQ or maybe they would rather go to a PPTQ near their
right in a format. Yeah, closer. I guess there's a lot more options now. So I guess we are still waiting. Based on the amount of chair moving we can hear upstairs, I think they're probably going to get started in a few minutes. But I think we might see some different stuff this week than we have in past weeks here.
I've only seen the Card Market metagame. I haven't actually seen Dice Dojo metagame here, despite a lot of the players being the same here.
Yeah. I mean, also, some stuff's going to get potentially shaken up. Some slightly different stuff going on.
We do have to bust out the old deck lists.
We were unable to connect to chat. Let me refresh. Oh, what's going on there? I think we're still good. We're still waiting on round 1 to start. Hopefully we have everything going. If anyone can chime in the chat to make sure that everything is going smoothly. I know we just logged on, so I'm not really expecting anyone to be on just yet.
I am. I want these fans
yeah.
to act up now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of feel like we usually have people already. Failed to load. Interesting. I feel like this is maybe wrong. I could text Mark.
And calling him was going to be a better choice than texting him.
Oh,
shit.
All right, good.
Yes.
Thank you for chiming in the chat, CV Gordon. All right, yeah, that counts as working, totally. All right, cool. So we're not doing this for nothing. So I guess what we should talk about as we're leading into the tournament today. So Treasure Cruise got banned effective Friday. There's been exactly 1 major quote-unquote tournament in the U.S., which was at the Star City in D.C. this past weekend. And it was only like 160 people.
16 today.
And we have 16 here, so that's like the same size, basically. Yeah. So this data is going to be just as relevant. Who should we put on camera?
Man.
I guess we're probably just going to put Mark, actually.
I like this idea.
Yeah. I'm sure Mark is up there picking, too. So we're going to have Mark McManus, who's playing Mud against Kyle Houtman, who I believe is... Yeah, we are not Mark. Sorry, Jeffrey K. We're going to have Mark on camera round 1, though, playing Mud. And let's jump out of the booth, actually, so we can have the players about to sit down.
Yeah, what's Kyle going to be playing without Treasure Cruise now? Those Delver decks are not going to be as...
Do you guys have a list? Are you guys picking?
Are you playing on camera?
Oh, I can.
Why not?
Right. Sure.
Yeah, grab Houtman. Put him in.
Yeah. Well, Houtman's different than Norman.
Oh.
They're 2 Kyles.
Shit.
It's confusing.
Ah, they're right next to each other.
Yeah, that's more confusing.
Okay.
Houtman plays Sneak and Show, though. So
I don't... It does get a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, probably, right? Because they can still play Dig, I suppose.
They can still play Dig, and there's a lot less blue-red Delver.
Yeah. Cook the Fourth chimes in chat that he was at the DC tournament. If Cook has any insight of like what he saw at the tournament, like what was super popular, that would be That would be great information, actually, for everyone to share. Because a lot of people are just saying it's going to kind of revert to how things were in September, like
just
before.
free Jersey, right?
But, like, I don't know if that's necessarily true with, like, because Dig is still really powerful. I don't know.
True.
But let's set up some of the overlay here. So we're going to have Mark McManus on the left. He is playing Mud. And he is going to be playing against Kyle Houtman. And he is on, presumably, Sneak and Show, because that's what he's been playing for weeks now. I know he made a foray into Rug Delver pre-banning, and Rug Delver did get better, it seems like, but...
Bringing back those nimbles.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle, I think, just likes to jam big spaghetti monsters, mostly, so...
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's still very, very good. I played at Hot Sauce's Monday Night Magic.
Yeah.
First place prize was like an Underground C, so
Ooh.
I had to get my last fix on Treasure Cruise and try to win this Underground C. So that was,
How'd that go?
I did not win the Treasure Cruise. So my compadre Wayne Tam and Joe Bernal ended up splitting.
Oh, those jerks. Those good players.
Yeah, but the rest of the prizes were like just some $20 to $30 cards. Still a very good prize pool overall. I mean,
Yeah,
it's still a C.
for sure. All right, so let's see. So we're gonna have our players starting momentarily.
I was mentioning I did get messed up by a Sneak and Show deck round 1 in that tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I probably thought these incorrectly and lost.
What were you playing?
I was playing Bug.
Okay. Like Bug Delver or?
Yeah,
okay.
Bug Delver.
Yeah, I guess that matchup is like fine.
It's actually fine versus Blue-Red Delver, which is like less counter magic. I actually have more counter magic, more discard.
Yeah. Your clock's a little worse, I guess, but like
the clock is a little
Goyf
bit
is
worse.
good. Goyf is still a good clock. If you can afford to take the time off with the mana.
Yeah, I think the matchup was fine. The deck was fine. Not tier 1.
Right.
But might be now without Treasure Cruise.
Alright. I think we can presume that their round timer is starting, since they're already rolling some dice. I don't think this match is going to like come down to time or anything, but it is nice just to know how much time is left, because like if these guys finish quickly one way or the other, then maybe we can put like a backup match onto the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and start the clock. If I'm a little premature, that wouldn't be the first time.
Oh man, I didn't know this was kind of stream.
It has to be funny off-color humor, not just off-color for the sake of off-color. All right, Mark with the obnoxiously hot pink sleeves.
It does look like a Sneak and Show here.
Yeah.
Kyle.
So it looks like Kyle has an Overmaster, a bunch of normal Sneak and Show cards.
I use Sneak Attack in here. I see a Brainstorm, a Force of Will, Scalding Tarn.
The thing about his hand that's
Overmaster.
bad is he only has one land and a Lotus Petal for mana, but it does look like he's keeping it. He's really leaning pretty hard on that Brainstorm, it looks like. Also, I might have considered playing out the Lotus Petal if I was Kyle, because something like a quick Trinosphere could definitely screw up his hand.
I'm assuming this chalice is going to be for 1 here. All right. And
All right. Mark dropping 18 off of Ancient Tomb to do that. Kyle
19 off the Force of Will.
Yep.
I presume that was off 1, since he's leaning pretty hard on this Brainstorm.
Yeah,
Gonna
he's
have
basically
to,
priced in doing that. It's interesting. He could have gone really balls out and like just played the Brainstorm in response and just said, "Hey, that's fine."
I think that's what I would have done, and see if there was any more one. I'd probably still counter it because you're leaning hard on cantrips with this hand, but
so just Brainstorm in response to see if you hit.
yeah,
you're
gonna do it anyways.
Yeah. I could also see like playing the Lotus Petal and playing the Brainstorm off that and then cracking the fetch after to shuffle if you didn't find a lot of mana. Wow, this is a really good start for Mark. This is a turn 2 Lodestone Golem. Mark is dropping to 16 and Kyle is dropping to 18.
Kyle's gonna have a few roadblocks on the way here.
Yeah.
Being a Lodestone Golem here. That's a pretty impressive clock too.
Yeah, and this is a really, really good hand for Mark. I mean, Grim Monolith is a hell of a card. As is Lodestone, to be fair. We also see from Mark, he's made some choices with his mana base. Like, there's a little flexibility with Mud after the 8 soul lands of, like, what your other lands are gonna be, and he's opted for some man lands today.
It's fine. 2 mana sources here by Kyle, ripped off the Brainstorm and a Force of Will.
It's not. It's not. I guess that's about as good as you could hope for, actually.
Yeah, you kind of want lands.
Yeah, just needs them. He doesn't have a big fatty just yet, though, so I guess that's one thing he's lacking.
Yeah, he does keep the Force just for
Backup.
yeah. Any other shenanigans
Yeah,
here?
paying. He actually doesn't have to pay the mana because those are artifact
Artifacts.
spells.
Yes.
I wonder if Mark just didn't decline to tell him that he still had 2 mana floating there.
He wasn't gonna actually do anything. Kyle wasn't gonna do anything on his turn either.
Yeah,
So.
that is true. I think this spot favors Mark. I mean, he's got a great clock, and
Yeah, if you can jam one more piece and get that Force out of Kyle's hand.
yeah, that would really set Kyle back.
Mark's low on cards.
And Mud is actually a deck that did well. There was one copy in the top 8 in DC, and it looked like a pretty stock version of Mud, but the deck does some pretty powerful stuff, really.
It does, especially when it's on the play too.
Yeah.
It definitely does do some pub stomping stuff here. Yeah, the Legacy events don't even get the attention anymore. It's a Grand Prix style coverage for the Star City games now, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be like every so often that it gets the limelight. Thank you, Chuck. Chuck, our expert judge, just made a rounds of the different tables and wrote down the deck lists, or the archetypes, I guess.
Yeah, I know Nick is playing Esper. I'm not sure if it's Control or Delver.
Okay.
I saw his true name.
I think it's probably Deathblade.
Yeah.
A fine choice after the Shardless
Robert Rossi.
What did you say, Chuck?
Look at Robert.
Bob, yeah.
No.
I see the name.
Rossi.
Oh, Russie? Who?
All right, Mark does play
Oh,
a Metal Worker. And,
Battle. Oh my god. Alright. So we may or may not have a Battle of Wits deck in the room.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Mark does take 2 damage to
I don't
cast
exactly
this,
know what that's going to entail, but Mark took 2 there.
From Metal Worker there.
Ah,
Casting
I
Metal
see.
Worker, then going to combat with his Mutavault.
Kyle casting an Overmaster. Also, I guess we missed a hit,
Kyle
right?
took a hit from both the Lodestone Golem and the Mutavault.
So that's 7. Should be at 11. Sorry about that, everyone. Chat's being...
Just a cantripped Overmaster by Kyle here.
Yeah,
Who is
the,
a little bit short of a combo piece here. He got sneak attack, but
basically cantripping is all that Overmaster is going to do in this matchup. So...
we had to protect it.
Yeah.
Just a Force, Sneak, and a land, I presume, in Kyle's hand.
Yeah, pretty poo-poo hand.
We're pretty live still, as Mark only has 6 permanents in play still. So Rip Spaghetti Monster is still.
Yeah. Oh, taking away that red was real good.
Yeah, I think there's another mana source in Kyle's hand, anyways.
Okay.
Another Vulcan.
Oh yeah,
There
he has
you go.
another land.
But let's see
Alright.
what Mark rolls out here. Oh, Worm Coil Engine.
Adding 2 mana.
Taking 2
4.
more damage. Alright.
Did he already have 2? Oh, I guess he revealed 2 artifacts. He also took 2 damage to do that, and then he attacked for 5.
Yeah, he revealed it pretty quickly here.
So it looks like
The
this
result's
should
going to
be
be the same, though.
Yeah. Lethal damage next turn. Kyle did not have it.
No Rip Spaghetti Monster, and even though he was still at 6, so he would still sack the Worm Coil and get 2 tokens and still be 6 damage. So
Pretty sick. Basically the hard lock versus
the Worm
sneak and
Coil
show.
locked it up.
Yeah. Thank you, PG8. I missed that. I was looking at the chat
would
is
explain it.
sometimes it's freezing on our monitor for some reason. Must be something with our Chrome that's screwing up a little bit, or maybe Twitch. So if we're not responding to the chat, it might be because not all of the comments are coming into us, so we apologize for that. But I think this matchup might actually be pretty good for Mud overall. Because like a lot of the disruption that Mark can put forward is actually like pretty meaningful against Kyle.
It does. It stops those Lotus Petals, the Brainstorms, the Cantrips. He has a lot of
Yeah.
way to disrupt that. So unless he has like a naturally drawn combo.
Right. Yeah, like a quick show and tell.
Yeah, quick show and tell is probably the easiest route to victory here.
And one of the things
Sorry.
about playing as Mud is a quick show and tell could get it could turn out poorly for Kyle if, for example, Mark reveals something like Blightsteel Colossus or what else? What's that 7 mana and artifact that when it comes into play?
The Spine of Isa?
Spine of Isha, yeah.
That gets an Evercroll.
Yeah, that.
Or their Soul Band. I mean,
I think Houtman would be pretty upset if that happened to Mark.
is there anything spicier though? That's not spicy enough. Maybe the Spine is very spicy.
Yeah,
Lie.
Spines. Yeah, like the nice thing about Mud is you can kind of justify these kind of crazy expensive one-ofs just because you're playing Call of the Forge Master. It's like, you might as well.
Especially Blightsteel. I like that. I like that play.
Yeah.
Forces that Emrakul to block.
Here, I'll pull up. It's sort of like the unwritten core of the Mud deck is past like Chalice of the Void and Trinisphere. This is sort of like the payoff card. Because like this just allows you to do the most busted stuff.
The Tinker bot.
Right. Mew in the chat. Mark has actually dropped blue cards from his version of Mud this week. He's just gone back to straight mono brown. And if anyone was, I think CPT requests that we get Mark to stop shaking. That's not going to happen. When he plays Magic, his legs go crazy.
No,
And
we
can
literally hear it.
Yeah.
We hear it.
We can hear the floor squeaking above us. Mark's a big guy.
He's up a game. He's a little anxious.
Yeah, maybe he's excited.
Yeah.
The past couple of times we've seen him on camera, he played against Burn and did not draw Chalice.
Obviously.
And he played
Did
against.
he mull hard for it?
I think he might have gone to 6.
No, I'm gonna mull hard than that.
Yeah, he kept like a loose 6, but in game 3. But what can you do? And then the other time he played against Nick Fit, and Pernicious Deed's really, really good against Mud.
All the niche matchups and not the actual matchups he wants to see.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Delver and Treasure Cruise.
That's one of the things
Miracles.
about Legacy tournaments, especially in the early rounds, are like, you could play against anything.
You're
It
gonna
could
get some jank.
actually anything. In Grand Prix New Jersey, I played 5 rounds of that tournament and played against Black White Blade twice.
Just straight black-white blade.
Yeah, no blue cards.
No blue. Can't afford them.
I want to play against blue cards. Death in Texas give me blue cards. I want to play against that. But not to be. Just got zealous persecution.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's
many
pretty good in
times.
the mirror. If
Yeah.
the Texas mirror, that's pretty backbreaking.
Yeah, it was
-1.
rough.
Any -1 effects, really, really good.
Also, some comments in the chat about Mark's sweet tats, and he's got a bunch of them, and you should tell him yourself. I'm kidding. I'll tell him. All right, what do we see out of Kyle? See a couple lands.
Spaghetti Monster, Sneak and Show.
Yeah.
Well, not Sneak and Show, it's Sneak Attack.
Looks like a pretty good hand. He's got a sneak attack. He's got both monsters and
Land,
some 2
brainstorm.
lands and some cantrips. It's like probably
That's a pretty above
most.
average hand.
Yeah, it's most of what you could hope for, I think.
Yeah. You know, he'll just rip the Force of Will and be fine.
Right. It's a little weak to Chalice on 1, because he's kind of relying on those cantrips to find him more mana, I suppose.
It's Ponder and Brainstorm.
Yeah. This is the better combo enabler. Like, sneak attack's definitely better than show and tell in this matchup, so I'm sure he's glad to have that. And we see Mark dropping to 6. He's probably looking for a hand with disruption, like quick disruption. Some
Oh,
hateful shit, just like last game. Good grief. All right.
I wonder if the viewers can actually hear that squeaking.
Yeah, if anyone can hear the squeaking, we can tell Mark later, because we can hear
It's
this.
like he's with us.
Yeah, we can hear Mark's like tension and anxiety through the floor, or I guess for us the ceiling. All right, Mark going to 6 cards. See what he can find.
I do like his sleeves.
Yeah, they're nice. I like the color. I wonder if they can stand up to
Does
wear.
a good job at hiding him. I see a Wasteland and a Grim Monolith.
Okay.
Maybe 2 wastelands.
Yeah, I think he's keeping. All right, he has 2 wastes. All right, so he can at least play.
Oh, there's the ponder.
All right. The question is here: is Mark going to aggressively wasteland this volcanic?
Show and tell, the top card, a little misty rainforest, and something else.
Some other. I think it might have been like a ponder or something.
Good enough. He'll draw the misty.
Oh, nice. Noodle says I can hear it. Great. Whenever you hear squeaking, look for Mark's legs going crazy, because that's the noise.
When it's not his turn,
Yeah.
the tells are obvious.
Alright, so Mark did aggressively wasteland. He also drew another land, so that's pretty useful. This turn, at least he can deploy a land to set up for something bigger next turn.
Still Mishra's Factory. Yeah, really slow start for Mark here. Not really what I want to see.
Yeah, not having a soul land, like, your draws are just going to be worse with Mud.
You're playing a whole different deck.
Yeah,
Sure.
playing a lot more of a fair deck. Alright, so Kyle fetching a basic here makes a lot of sense against a Wasteland / possibly Crucible Overworlds deck.
Yeah, Wastelands are making a comeback, folks.
Yeah. I wonder if Kyle's going to go for show and tell, though, and if Mark has one of those whammy cards, it could get real gross.
Yeah, he does a really good job at hiding them very well, though.
Mark's cards? Yeah. It's very private. Also, he has big hands.
You see a Lodestone Golem. Ooh, he did have a City of Traders there. I guess it was not a Lodestone Golem. But drum roll.
We can
by
also
Mark
hear
here.
that.
Right into a Lodestone. Oh, there was a Lodestone Golem.
What
There you
on
go.
earth? Was that like his big finish, Lodestone? I guess
Yeah,
ripping that
that's
City of
probably-
Traders is pretty sick.
It's probably about as good as I was going to get there.
Yeah. I guess that is a pretty good turn overall. Although Kyle can still go land, Lotus Petal, show and tell next turn, as long as he has a land.
Yeah, which
He might not
seems
actually.
to be the case here, actually, but
Well, I might put 2 cards back that I don't care about and crack the fetch, trying to find another
Yeah.
land. I think he might be thinking about that line now, because like then you want to hold the Lotus Petal in your hand, because like the game might not be getting any better for you at this point.
Sneak and Show, definitely one of those combo decks where as time goes on, does not favor you. But that's most
Yeah.
combo decks, I believe.
Yeah, probably. It's not like I guess one of the ones that could play better if you wait longer is like High Tide, because like you can kind of benefit from having more land drops at least.
And your opponent's drawing more cards.
Yeah, I
Just
guess.
from natural draw steps.
All right, so yeah, Kyle fetching a basic here.
Looks like the Show and Tell plan unless that Lotus Petal in his hand's going to go for some Sneak and Show work, but I doubt that. since
Seems
he
like-
doesn't have the other red
So he's
source.
brainstorming. This is all with Lodestone on the stack.
Okay.
So Kyle aggressively trying to find either a
Land.
force of will for the Lodestone or just lands. Either will work.
There is a land. I'll take your time and a sneak attack as well with that Volcanic Island.
So no force, but he can jam it next turn.
Yeah, that's
Mark has, looks like 4 cards in hand. If you're Kyle, you probably just have to go for it.
It sucks because Kyle can't go for it next turn either. He can't.
Why
Not, he
not?
can go for the show, but not the sneak attack.
Right,
since he
right,
has to
right.
Possibly
I
lose
think-
both sources of red. in
Yeah.
one turn.
I think I would just go for the show and tell, but
I would too. You're gonna get that Lotus Petal out there too, but I don't think he still knows that he can play it for 0.
Yeah, he might not.
No.
oh boy. Well, he can dig end of turn.
He can dig. He's probably what
He
he's actually
has-
thinking about doing. He's not even.
Yeah, the problem is
Worrying
here
about
now
that.
he gets wasted though.
This is true.
It looks like Mark floated 2 mana.
That's completely fine. You're floating that mana anyways. One more card to fuel that
Dig.
dig. Not cruise.
Oh,
Using
echoing
the other
truth.
2 mana to echo.
Interesting.
Okay, not digging. Just as effective here.
I wonder. So he's. I don't know what that really.
Yeah.
I guess it takes away the clock, so he can afford to wait a lot longer. Because Mark
Yeah.
doesn't really have mana now. Although he has his metalworker, I suppose.
Well, at least Kyle knows that he can play his Lotus Petal and go for it if he so chooses, but
That's true.
with a dig in your hand, why not go for that route? It's a
Yeah.
much safer route there.
All right, Kyle exiling 6, going for dig.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Mark right now.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle's also fetched twice, right? I completely forgot. He has 2 islands in play, so he never fetched a Valk. He just drew them. Yeah, Dev Clock. Mark is playing, and when Mark plays, he gets on camera round 1. That's just what happens. He's also up a game against Sneak and Show. But it looks like Kyle's pretty far out in front in this game. I'd be pretty surprised if he wasn't able to wrap this one up.
And a city too, gosh. He can go for it next turn for sure,
Yeah. Yeah, as long as he puts that pedal into play.
He could actually wait on it, but he's actually
Yeah.
not waiting on it. He doesn't know he's waiting on it.
Yeah.
It's just in his hand.
He
So-
might know.
So he
but-
might actually play it this turn because he might think he's going to play the Lodestone.
Yeah.
Just under this false information here.
Give us in the chat. What's up? You haven't missed too much. Just 1 game. 1.5 games.
Yep, he does play the Lotus Petal here. Doesn't want to get a Lodestone Golem.
Yeah. Gotta read the cards.
I bet Kyle's also waiting for Mark the Metalworker to reveal his hand too a little bit more before show and telling.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure.
All right.
he's
Mark
gonna
is
show all of it.
revealing a lot of cards.
There you go. That's 10 artifacts. That's
That
10
is
mana.
10 mana.
It's a shopping spree.
I'd say putting a couple Lodestone Golems into play might be pretty good. I guess you could also just like put Forge Master and a what would you put? Probably just Lodestone Forge
Too
Master.
bad it's only. You can net one off the Grim Lavamancer and then play the Wormcoil and the Forge Master.
Mm-hmm.
You get 11 that way.
It might be smart to get both Lodestones into play somehow, cause
This turn, yeah.
yeah, I mean it's basically gonna kill Kyle. All right, so he has 6 floating. I think I would just put another Lodestone in. Forge Master doesn't matter, like,
No, it doesn't.
because if he gets Emrakuled, it's just going to be terrible for him.
Yeah, anything besides Lodestone Golem, if Kyle goes for it, it's just going to help him. It's probably.
Like,
Let's see, I'm
as
thinking
is,
about it.
yeah,
It's in the fronts, folks.
right.
Just
Mark
going-
still has 6 floating.
Just going over the lines here.
I
I think he wants to save the Grim Monolith to reveal again, possibly.
Yeah, and
Isn't that the extra mana?
all right,
That's
yeah.
3 extra
He's
mana.
taking the safe route, just putting both Lodestones in. He did see Echoing Truth, which is kind of scary, because getting both bounced would basically be Time Walk.
Yeah, but
but-
that's fine. You just replay your shit.
Yeah. All right, so he did put the Monolith into play. That seems fine. He has no mana floating, so he's just going to pass the turn.
Yeah,
Next turn he
it's-
can beat for 11.
Actually, the Grim Monolith play. It's the same amount of mana, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Even if you show it or not show it, he's saving 2.
Yeah,
So.
seems fine to get it into play. It's also another permanent in case it comes down to an Emrakul swing. So
Well,
probably...
very, very well might.
Yeah. So here, if Kyle has another land, he can show and tell, but that might not be good enough.
This position, it seems like he can sneak attack off the City of Traders here and activate.
Oh, you're right.
And that seems to be the better
Well,
line here.
Yeah, I guess he can activate it once.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he has mana
Yeah,
floating?
he actually can't cast the sneak attack off
One,
the
two.
Lodestone Golems.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
But-
because
so
it would be
has to-
6.
So it has to be show tell, but that's
Oh,
the sneak attack,
okay.
which is I was just getting
Yeah.
to. I was like, it's a little out of order, but
Oh, wow. So
does result in the same play here.
he's going for Grizzlebrand.
Oh, didn't have the spaghetti monster.
He's going to try to hit a Lotus Petal.
He's just gambling at this point. I guess so.
I mean, he's at a
You
high
have,
life total.
you have Gristlebrand.
Falling to 11.
You're gonna
He can draw 7 twice.
not gonna not draw 7.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he realizes
Yeah,
with...
he's probably pretty good here. I forgot how this deck works.
Yeah.
What are the odds of 14 cards?
Yeah, they're pretty decent.
Fine.
He needs the Lotus Petal.
It does need to be a Lotus Petal, but I think he can.
Because he's played a land. So... think you at this point you've committed.
Yeah, I mean Mark's gonna tinker next turn. You can't hope your Gristlebrand's gonna live. You can't force will that.
How did Forge Master get into play?
Show and tell.
Oh right. It's both people. It just always seems like it's just the one card matters.
Yeah, one player's showing, the other guy's just sneaking this like little thing into play. I don't mind me, this little Tinkerbot.
So he's not going for it. He's just swinging for 7.
That's definitely a little reserved here, but understandable. He's down a game.
Yeah, I think I'd just go for it. Because, like, I mean, maybe he just has it next turn. But the problem is that this Forge Master just goes and probably gets Spine and blows up the sneak attack.
Yeah, I probably would have went one more time, just because I know I'm going to gain the 7 off the lifelink again after the attack anyways.
Sure. Well, that might leave him... That would probably leave him dead to the attack just from the board.
No gamble, no future.
Yeah, that's a point. That's fair. Mark's probably considering his Forge Master options here.
So I wonder if this is during his...
So he's...
Not during his upkeep, okay.
No, he played the Ancient Tomb. I think he's just thinking about if he can kill him this turn.
Sure.
I don't know if there's any effectively haste damage in his deck to be had. I mean, the board attacks for 16, not 18, which is frustratingly close.
Sure.
Revealing Wormcoil, casting Wormcoil,
Right,
battling.
That's pretty safe to the Emrakul attack there.
Yeah.
Sort of.
The problem is if Kyle gets both, I suppose. If he gets Emrakul plus...
I don't know what he can Forge Master out, though. That's the only thing.
I think you get Spine and blow up the sneak attack. I think.
If that's the case, he wants to do it now, not when he Emrakuls.
Yeah.
Unless he just really wants to go that far, then I'll actually give Mark a pat on the back there.
Right.
Have his opponent get Emrakul and then just blow him out. That's the way better play.
Yeah, I suppose.
It is. I'm assuming it's instant speed. I'm not.
Oh, the activation?
It
yeah.
It is.
Just like Tinker is not. Cook the
Back
fourth.
in my days, we had to do that in sorcery speed.
Yeah. But you only have to sack 1, so. Cook the fourth comments and Dev Clock. Yeah, it seems... I think the odds are probably worth it to go for it with the draw 7. Just go for the win right there, because, like, Mark having this crazy... I don't know if Kyle was maybe respecting the Forge Master enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for Spine right now.
Especially if Kyle knew he had a Spine of his side, which I'm assuming he didn't.
Yeah.
Because if he knew, I think he would have went for it. We, on the other hand, had a little tip here that might have been in his 75.
Yeah. Kyle was hopefully asking if Mark was going to be targeting his City of Traders. Unfortunately, he is targeting Sneak Attack, which makes sense.
Yeah, a little hard to go off here now.
I wonder if it is better to just do it in response to a creature, but there's probably some amount of risk, because, like, what if the first creature is Grizzlebrand or something? Also, there was an attack for 10. I guess that's relevant.
He's at some life total that's going to be lethal next turn.
Yeah.
That's all Legacy is.
Assassin Dream asks, who plays Legacy?
I play Legacy.
I play Legacy, as well as the 16 people in our tournament today. But I think that's about it, actually. That's basically it. More people play Tiny Leaders than Legacy.
Great casual format there. Well, speaking of Legacy, yeah, Star City Games is Legacy Open in Indy.
Yeah, I'm going.
Should be insane.
You only have to 6-3 to make day 2.
Oh, is that how the new Grand Prix, quote-unquote Grand Prix schedule's like now? You can be X and 3?
They had made it 7-2 or top 64, I think.
Oh, okay.
But, like...
All right.
They... Like, I guess with the amount of people they've been getting, 64th is going to be some person with good breakers at 6-3. So people were getting really annoyed that they could miss on breakers with the same record, and it
That's
basically
just like how it was in the old days.
Right.
Kids are complaining too much.
Well, they listened, and now they said anyone who's tied for the person in 64th with the same number of match points, then they just...
That's a nice clause, actually. I like that wording, if they had to go about it.
Yeah.
This game looks like it's pretty over here.
Yeah, I think that was match. Kyle, I think, was flipping over 7 cards to see if he would have hit, and it looked like he would not. So he was not going to hit on Lotus Petal. I think Mark might be talking about whether he should have Forge Mastered to get rid of the sneak attack on his own turn, or like waited for Kyle's turn, or...
Definitely not wait till Kyle's turn. Definitely
Yeah.
just doing it on your
Probably
own turn.
nothing good could really come of that, but I don't know.
Yeah. This game might have been a little bit different had Kyle known he had Lotus Petal mana to use, or could have played a turn.
Yeah,
any
like...
time actually, instead of paying 2 mana for it.
It's tough, because like, this is one of the games where like, if he had just jammed as soon as possible,
Yes.
it goes better for him, right?
Yeah, that Forge Master might not have been online yet.
Right. And like the Lodestone Golems bought time, and
Might have been.
maybe...
Yeah, that Forge Master wasn't at the beginning of his hand, so Mark, despite his slow start, still had 2 artifacts like for most of the game off of a Tabgrim Monolith, and then...
I think we can agree, though, that the star of that match was Spine. Speaking for myself and everyone in the world. The Dan in chat says he wished he could have made it tonight. Yeah. Fortunately, we have had a big turnout. I wonder if we had 16 people because people were like energized about the Treasure Cruise ban / the World Gorger Dragon unban.
Definitely part B.
Yeah.
At least for me, anyways. Dust those things off.
Alright.
Standard is awful, Jeffrey K. Standard is awful.
Oh, it's alright.
But I'm still going to have to play it, so regardless.
Yeah. If you're committed to the grind, you better get to, if not love Standard, at least be able to tolerate it, I guess.
I'm going to make the best out of my Magic tournaments. It looks like most qualifiers are going to be in Standard now.
Yeah, it is kind of frustrating. I wish more were sealed, actually.
Yeah, actually, we're a dying breed here.
It's like, it takes a special skill to, like, make a deck that's capable of X1 and 1ing when you don't have a great pool.
It's definitely an art form.
Yeah.
A lost art form.
Or like in cons, just play all your blue and green commons and hope that you have enough tempo to kill them in time before they draw their good cards.
Going over some cards. What's that card over there?
Mark showing off cards in his deck. This card?
Yeah, what's
that is a Copper Gnomes, which we can pull up.
Okay. I didn't recognize the art. That's the original art for Copper Gnomes, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go old school with legacy cards.
The Saga one? Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, I think that's in Mark's board, and I don't know why it would be a card in your board.
I don't blame Bud.
Dan asks me in the chat if I am going to like Indy, and I am playing Thalia and her many friends. And actually this guy Mark Koenig, who he's like from Denmark, and he won the SCG in Richmond a couple months ago, or like 1 month ago maybe. He won this legacy tournament over the weekend also in Europe, and he posted, do you know the website The Source?
Yes.
Yeah, so he posted a tournament report on The Source, so I have his current list for post Treasure Cruise, so looks pretty good.
Bara?
Yeah, Bara.
That's the streamer? That's the guy too?
Yeah, he went back to
he's definitely streamed on some. I definitely watched
yeah,
games.
he went back to Mirran Crusader, which I love.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Respects the abrupt decay surge.
He's
He's probably going to be right.
Yeah.
I mean, he won a tournament. What do I know?
He also went up to 2 Mangara, which I also like.
Bringing that back to 1-for-1s are just a lot better now with no Treasure Cruise to worry about.
I mean, Mangara is basically like a 5-for-1 usually. But
True.
actually, it's like you activate it the first time and they just concede usually. Like you just demonstrate that you can do it again with Caracas, and they're
definitely
done.
the reason. He's definitely the taxing part of the deck. He's not even an inmost list. He's been coming in and out of lists.
Yeah,
over the course of the deck's history.
I think a lot of people play Death and Taxes a little too aggro, like too many Sarah Avengers, too many 3-drop, like just like big beefy dudes and stuff. Like those creatures have a place, but you don't want to really draw too many of them because Legacy. You gotta interact.
Yeah, they actually do nothing. In a sense.
Yeah. Well, we have about 20 minutes left. Mark is upstairs because he's playing. I think he knows. I assume he knows to look to see if there's another match he can move over on camera. Because Mark is.
I hear some shuffling.
Yeah, some feet moving around. So hopefully we can get another match on. And we have this list of the decks that we have in the room. So I'm gonna read through this and. If people just want to chime in the chat, if you hear a deck that you'd be excited to see on camera, we can try to take the temperature of the chat to see what we can try to put on. So we have Bob Agra, who is playing a deck called Strawberry Shortcake, but it's actually Red White Painter. I don't know if he came up with that name or
Probably
the internet. Yeah, I guess Bob is a good guess.
He does come up with a lot of good unique names.
We have Andrew Bowman with his signature lands deck. He also told me, or not just me, he posted on Facebook that he had sent a bunch of his cards out to get altered, and they just came back. So he might have a very pretty looking lands deck.
Hope so.
Peter Kostopoulos on Reanimator, so blue-black Reanimator. David Gleischer on Bug Pod. Ian Gorel on Bug. I don't know if that's Bug Delver or Shardless Bug or Bug Control. Some Abrupt Decay deck is probably a safe guess. Nick Hess on Esper Deathblade. Kyle Houtman, who we just saw on Show and Tell. Sneak and Show specifically this week. Ned is on Bug Delver.
No surprise there.
Yeah, he goes back to his tried and true. Mark McManus, we just saw with Mud, Defeat, Show and Tell from Kyle Houtman. Spencer Miller, who is borrowing my Death and Taxes deck. Nathan Mullen, who's on Storm. I think specifically it's Tess. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure as well. It's not Doomsday.
Yeah.
He wants it to be.
I think he's playing Burning Wish because that's like that's the divider usually, right? Kyle Norman's on Ninjas. If anyone's never seen Ninjas,
Yes.
ask the other people in the chat. It's pretty awesome. It does a lot. It plays Shardless Agent, and it plays Ninja of the Deep Hours, and it plays Baleful Strix, and it's basically just like
Value.
it's
It's
only value.
It's Blue Jund.
It's not doing any one thing that's super powerful other than grinding you out.
It's another take on Shardless.
Yeah. We have Greg Pino, who has switched away from Green White Maverick or Junk Maverick. He's now playing Scape Shift Nick Fit.
Because, our entry-level legacy/modern deck.
I'm going to save this one for last. We have Phil Silverman on Elves.
No surprise there.
Tony Zinni on Shardless Bug.
Ooh, he's bringing that back. He hasn't played that in a while.
And we have Rob Rossi on Battle of Wits.
That's right, guys. Battle of the Wits. Ninjas.
We have
Legacy at the Dojo.
We have no details other than Battle of Wits is in his deck. So we got some requests for ninjas, a little more mud. One request just for Pino.
I don't think anyone wants to see the
Some
shuffling
elves.
of this Battle of the Wits decks like I do.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
I guess we can come back to the booth here actually. If it might be that they can't get another match.
Bug, but not the pod. No love for David. No.
A few calls for Battle of Wits.
There you go. Yeah.
WTF indeed.
I want to know what's in there, man. This guy's the most expensive deck ever.
Well, I guess the thing about Battle, yeah. Do you just play every combo?
All of it.
Or you just
All
play
the legacy decks.
one of every legacy playable? Hopefully this comes together.
All the blue legacy cards plus a peppering of everything else.
Yeah. Jeffrey K, I forgot my owl hat. I'm very sorry. I don't really like this thing. It's from when I was 10 years old, but I forgot the owl hat.
Darn.
We're going to try to put some of the cool decks on camera. We got a lot of ninjas and Battle of Wits callouts. Hopefully they just play against each other and make it really easy for us.
Hopefully the one-round one makes it easier for us, too.
We also try to slant it towards people who are winning because usually the games are a little more serious and competitive because people have something on the line or whatever. But
yeah, we don't also want to see no O2 deck. No.
Yeah.
No. Even if it is ninjas.
or my Death and Taxes. Last week I went 1-3, and the 1 was not earned.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Let's see. Could you mind? Would you pop upstairs and see if there is anything else this round, or if it's just gonna turn over?
All right.
All right, thank you.
See if ninjas win.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, see if Battle of Wits is still playing or won. Yeah. Does anyone know if there are like typical legacy ways to build Battle of Wits, or is it kind of just like you jam play sets of like all the good cards? I don't even know. Like, do you play like Show and Tell and I don't know, Stoneforge Mystic? Like, are you 5 colors? Are you just playing 3 colors? I don't even freaking know. But we have a bunch of other cool decks though in the room. Like, Ninjas really is a neat deck to see, and it got a lot better because Treasure Cruise being out means like fewer decks have access to that sort of like raw card advantage. And it's also like not every blue deck gets that raw card advantage for free. Jeffrey K informs me that most Battle of Wits is a large zoo deck. That makes sense. I guess, yeah, so you're just like playing all good aggressive creatures, and then you also have this 4 of that if you draw it, you just win on the spot or on the next turn or whatever. It seems like a great way to do it. Satsu Kawai, Mark, upstairs, chiming in with lies. So, Shiny Thing says aggressively mull for tutors, possibly. From the milling around I hear upstairs, the round might be up soon, or maybe just most matches are up. But we should find out pretty soon. Mark failing to get another match on camera suggests to me that there probably wasn't one to be had. Even though there are a fair amount of slow legacy decks in the room, a lot of matchups can still be quick, as long as 2 slow decks aren't playing against each other, I guess. Satsu chimes in asking if we saw that awesome mud deck round 1. We saw a pretty good mud deck. Saw a pretty good mud deck, I suppose. Some Jagoff was playing it though, so it wasn't that cool. I appreciate the chat giving all the Mark love. It's always harder having this stream without Mark being one of the 2 people, because he brings the energy, and I can't bring the energy like he does.
Most matches are in the game 3s.
Okay.
I do have disappointing news for viewers.
Did Battle of Wits lose?
Battle of the Wits did lose to Tess.
What a jackass.
Well, not surprised there. Ninjas also went down real quick.
Oh, do you know what he lost to?
I don't.
Okay, we'll figure it out. When Chuck comes down with pairings, we can just read off some of the winners bracket matches, and we can try to figure out what would be cool to see.
Or if the viewers want it, put on ninjas. Ninjas.
Yeah, we could just say screw it and just put ninjas on. Could also
Only what you want though. It's only you viewers just get to decide.
A good time to do that. It can also be in round 4, because usually the winners bracket is drawing, so like we have more flexibility on what we can put on. The danger with that is if
The person might drop.
yeah. If they start 0-2, they might just go home. So, what can you do? But
A legacy here is 4 rounds.
do you remember what the name of that legendary ninja is?
Higure.
Oh, you're right. Like this?
Yeah, let's still win.
I believe this is a 2 of in Kyle's ninja deck.
Makes sense. The Lord of all ninjas.
It definitely does work. I guess, yeah, so since ninjas and Battle Wits
It's
both
very
lost,
possible.
it's
That's
possible.
actually just
Yeah, we're not going to be able to avoid that if that's what's happening. Like, a lot of the time, I don't know why this does this. It's like I move it and it just jump. Okay, now it didn't. No, now it did. It's so freaking weird. Yeah, you're great.
making it happen calling Chuck right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna manually pair these things.
The chances, it's not unfeasible. I don't know which way that matchup would go.
I don't even know what was in the battle of it. They were actually just shuffling up because they were done actually. This
okay.
battle of the Wits player had to shuffle a lot. Yeah, it was a quick 2-0 exit.
I know there were some comments in the chat saying that a lot of Battle of Wits decks are just built as like big zoo decks basically, but they also have like 4 Battle of Wits as just like I win cards. So I could see that being a potential way to slant it. Satsu Kawhi, Jeffrey K, that is Mark. Mark is Satsu. As I drop my phone on the floor.
Ninjas said they would be on camera. Ding.
All right.
Ninjas on cameras.
All right. We don't know what side yet, but he lost. I guess Mark just wants to put ninjas on because that's what the chat's going for. We're people pleasers here.
We are. Now we just gotta hope for the sweet double up.
Oh, I should set this overlay so we're ready to go. So we're about to be in round 2 in a few minutes. Can also stop this. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's kind of useful having a person out in the field who's also in the chat to chime in. Mark is upstairs. We can hear his heavy footsteps coming down because Mark's a big guy.
You can already smile. All right.
And by a big guy, I mean Mark is a literal giant and could crush my skull.
Yeah, we don't want to watch no Scape Shift deck. No. That's another format, man. We're not. No, we don't do that here.
Well, it's Scape Shift in Nick Fit, which is kind of cool. It's a thing. I don't know.
Right, Nick Fit does get a lot of lands in play. Scape
Yeah.
Shifting. Save that for Wednesday nights. This is Monday. Monday Night Legacy here, right?
Yeah. Well, Gray CT, we did just see Mark, unfortunately, but fortunately he did win. So there's always a possibility we'll see Mark later again. I mean, if he gets to 2-0, maybe we'll see him in round 3. I don't know.
Does everybody usually draw here at the dojo?
In round 4? Yeah.
We're all just a bunch of nice people. I guess that
Most
makes
of the
sense.
time. I mean, the payout's generous, so people are just fortunate to get to the finals usually.
Yeah, we Magic players do like our value.
Yeah. Well, you can be a dick because Legacy more than something like Standard can have more lopsided matchups. So if you know what you're playing against, you can definitely just say, screw you.
I could just talk shit.
Yeah, it's harder to do that in Standard because, like, what are the most lopsided matchups? Like 60-40, maybe 65-35? In Legacy, there are, like, a fair amount of, like, 85-15 kind of matchups.
Yeah. A lot of those involving lands on that deck. Just stone cold some people.
Yeah. One way or the other. Lands also has some horrific matchups.
Yep. Hopefully we'll avoid that on camera here, even though it's
Yeah.
always during the time. God damn it, Andrew.
Yeah. Spikebit asks what our options are to watch. I think we're going to try to get ninjas on camera, it sounds like. We're also potentially going to try to get Battle of Wits. We'll see what we can do. Mark asks why I don't have my owl hat. I unfortunately forgot it at home, so what can you do? And I have another piece of headwear because it's really cold in this basement.
It is really, really cold. I took off my jacket and I already have this stuff.
Yeah.
Let's put this thing back out.
Yeah, unfinished basements in Chicago are typically freezing. Even in the summer, they're cold. Jeffrey K, I'm sorry. And yeah, I probably do.
Modern probably does suck right now. I'm a pod player, so I'm gonna groan about it for a little bit longer here.
What are you gonna do? Just play?
It's not gonna play.
Yeah.
Table.
I mean, you could just play Rhino in a Liliana deck instead, right? That's what everybody. I don't know.
That's what. Yeah, I would assume that's what most people would convert over to.
Yeah.
You're already in that area.
You
that
have a
range
bunch of the
already,
cards.
so.
You have all the expensive cards, basically, except Liliana.
Just play Legacy at that point.
Yeah. I guess Bob is going to come back now, right? I presume. Because there's not really any other, like, raw card advantage card quite like that.
I do like Bob a lot. I think it would be actually played more if it was cheaper. I don't know why it's so darn expensive.
Oh, because they won't print it at rare. It's such a mythic, right? That 2-mana 2/1 non-legendary creature has a very mythic feel.
It's good, but man, it's
like saying that Bob feels mythic. You could say that about like Meddling Mage too, right? Because like the only thing that makes Bob mythic is the fact that it's like an invitational card, right?
Wasn't Meddling Mage an invitational card?
Exactly. And Meddling Mage was rare. It's like you can't just say like, oh, it's so good, you know? Like there are a lot of good rares and uncommons at that.
They probably decided to do that just to control the price a little bit more. They didn't want all the people holding Bobs crying and stuff.
To make the price go up.
It's all a secret ploy by Wizards to not play Bobs. I only see it in combo now. Like
yeah. Oh, I hear Chuck through the floorboard saying that we have round 2 pairings up. So we should have our choices momentarily. I'll quickly read over what we can put on. Of course, Mark might overrule us and just put someone on if he's upstairs and has the lowdown.
The ninjas deck. The ninjas.
Right. DevClock chimes in, Bob was originally rare. Right.
It is.
They upped the ante, though, just to, I don't know. I don't even know why.
No, there's a lot of modern cards that are ridiculously overpriced. Hence why the Modern Master printing is going to be very popular. I'm sure everybody's suspecting a lot of changes.
Cypher asks where we're broadcasting from. We're still from Dice Dojo, still in the basement, just a different part of the basement, I think, to get out of people's way. We used to be over there.
Oh, okay.
And it was like right where people walked into the storeroom. So it was kind of just up in people's ish. Now we're like in the back corner with all the looks like 5,000 count boxes.
I needed some of those. I might actually like pick up like
a
little one or something.
Yeah, they're useful, like to hold like a cube too. They're really useful for that.
Yeah. And I usually just like go into standard turns with like a pile.
And you build a deck out of it?
Yeah.
These are Abzan cards that I could play.
Sleeved up, ready to go. We just got to interact with them.
It's one of those decks where you can kind of just like, just put a bunch of good cards. Questions in the chat asking Mark what he's going to be playing at Modern on Wednesday. I would presume that he's going to play some sort of Tezzeret Agent of Bolus deck, because that's what Mark does.
Mark plays Modern?
Mark plays Tezzeret.
Fair.
Whatever Modern is, Mark plays Tezzeret.
Tezzeret's legal. He's playing that for
Yeah. Mark, Agent of Bolus.
I agree. Kit Kats. I agree.
Yeah.
No reason these Bobs should be so expensive.
I don't know. Tarmogoyf as a mythic? It's just like a big guy.
Yeah, he's quite an unfair card. I'm okay with him being overpriced. No, that's
Like
a lie.
$200?
No, it's actually no. I'm actually not cool with that.
It kind of stinks.
But,
I mean, like, I'm
could be
happy
biased.
I got them when they were cheaper, I suppose. But, like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't get them that cheap. They were, like, 80 when I got them.
Oh my god, no. You got them really late, man. I thought I was overpaying at $25, $30.
Oh,
like,
okay.
this
One of these
two-mana thing,
guys.
like,
I kind of want that new art. I don't really like the future site border that much.
I don't either. I like, the newer one as well.
I mean, really, I would prefer just, like, old border, but can't always get what you want.
Do you have like a mix of them, or are they all the future?
No, I have 4 the same.
All right.
Yeah. I do like the original Bob art though a lot more than the new one.
Yeah.
And looks like we might have players sitting down, which means Chuck is probably coming down any second. So I'm gonna take us out of the booth. Or not. Well, we have players hovering.
Well, no,
Maybe
like 2 seconds.
maybe that call was just timing round? I don't know. Spike asks if any of us are going to Vegas. Are you going?
Might decline on Vegas actually.
Yeah.
I have a few weddings stud, which sucks.
Getting married a few times.
Relatives are.
Yeah.
I wish I can.
fun.
Actually, I probably can. You know, I'm Asian. I might know some people. A few times. It works like that, right?
Yeah. I don't have any plans to yet, but you never know. What's up, Simon?
I'm off work.
Sweet.
Cool.
Wait, can I tell this stream a story?
All right, yeah, we'll bring it back to the booth because we don't have a match yet. We have Simon Camera on the booth.
Hey, so I don't know where to look. Oh,
Yeah,
here.
right there.
Okay, so these like really cute little kids just came into the store looking for green-white cards, and I introduced them to Armadillo Cloak, and it was like the most like this kid's eyes just went so wide. I was like, he had $4, and I was like, you can buy 2 Armado Worms and 2 Armadillo Cloaks, and he just like blew his mind.
I mean, those are really good cards. Did you? Too bad there was only. I was gonna say you can.
What should we see?
Foil.
So, all right, everyone,
Chili the
we could
Oversaw.
see Mud versus Bug. We could see Bug Pod versus Bug Delver. We could see Elves versus Nick Fit. We could see Reanimator versus Storm. Deathblade versus
They're
Painter.
moving around, so.
All right. I guess we could just put ninjas on. He's playing against Shardless Bug. If we want to see a real grindy
There
fest.
should be enough time for Chad to restore.
Anyone in the chat want to chime in?
Yeah, they're going with their original thing. No.
Asking for Mud. We can't have Mud 2 rounds in a row.
We can have Mud 2 rounds.
No.
No,
We always have Mud.
incorrect.
No, we didn't hear any
Incorrect.
Of that,
Actually, this is a terrible matchup, so I don't want to be on screen.
We have Battle of Wits playing against Death and Taxes.
Alright, so what do you want? Going
Let's have Phil and Pino. I think that would be good. All right. So this round.
Shardless Bug and Ninjas. It is.
All right.
Is that what Zeni's playing?
No, that's.
Oh, that's Zeno. Oh, that's Zeno. That's right. We're making ninjas happen. So, Anthony Zeni is playing Shardless Bug, and it's going to be ninjas. We're going to change that really quick. Get these ninjas on the road here. I want to see Higure make his place. Let's see something. Ice Age block that isn't Force of Will. That could be a Pyroblast. They're still playing those. That's from Ice Age.
All right. Sorry, everyone. I didn't see any chat responses.
Trivia
until
by
right-
HG Fox, man.
Yeah.
Someone playing a card from Ice Age block that isn't Force of Will. I was like, Pyroblast is pretty good.
Yeah.
It might be the only one.
Just like snow-covered basic lands.
I mean, it's the block though. You got the whole block. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be just Ice Age. But.
All right, I'm gonna drop us out of the booth now. So we've got Tony Zinni on the right. He is playing Shardless Bug.
Enopi.
Yeah. It's hard to type across my body.
Hey, Anthony Zinni is a local player. Won a PTQ playing Blue White Heroic actually. A
Yeah.
few weeks back. Congrats to him. Going to Brussels.
Pretty good tournament to win.
Pretty sweet. Right in your backyard too.
Yeah, that PTQ was so small.
It was really, really solid. That was actually upset to not top 8 it.
Yeah.
I'll blame Silverman for that one.
Oh yeah, he knocked you out.
He did.
And then he didn't top 8.
And then he didn't top 8. What a scum. Yeah. Well, local Zini took it down. Actually, that whole top 8, I think 6 out of the 8 people were actually local people
Yeah.
that we knew. So, odds were in our favor here. And looks like Zini is going second. Ninjutsu.
Alright, so is this Kyle up first? So these players are currently 0-1,
It's not Hopman, is it?
but these are 2 of our more experienced players. So I don't know what happened round 1 to both of them. Whoops. Too many Kyles. Also, I should put their records.
Land Death Right shown by Zini.
Seems good.
Great start there for the Bug player.
basically
Holding
exactly.
Liliana here. You got a second turn Liliana possibly with Force of Will in his hand too. I can't see these other cards, but I see 2 blue ones.
A Death Right to match from Kyle. Did he just rip the fetch that he needed to play the Lily?
I wasn't paying attention to his
I think
hands, but
he
I
might
don't,
have.
might not have. But this is gonna be
pretty good.
Pretty good for Zeta here, but that's the advantage of going first here.
Yeah.
And all these cards are gonna like come back up too. So all
Yeah.
these Lilianas, these Abruptdecays, these Deathrite Shamans.
The chat's talking about Stifle Knot with Cloud Form, that new card. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I imagine that you play Divining Top in that deck. I don't really know what else, but
I mean, any of the Manifest cards works well with
yeah.
the Dreadnought.
All right, so we got turn 2 Liliana
Cloud
out
Form
of Tony.
especially.
I also think you just play like Death Shadow, right? It's just another big thing to get. But I guess for Dreadnought, it's probably just enough.
Dreadnoughts is probably a lot better.
Plus Trample. So what else we got? Also, I suppose with Dreadnought, you could just play 4 Stifles and have another way to get it into play. Kyle gonna finish off the Liliana before it wrecks his hand with a Lightning Bolt.
Can't cast that Abruptdecay in his hand with this awkward 4-color mana here.
Yeah. If there's one thing Ninjas does not have, it is good mana. Of course, if that Deathrite had lived, it
Got
could
all the
have fixed some stuff. This is sort of a function of like Kyle being on the play, sort of. Like Kyle, or I guess Kyle not being on the play, frankly. We got a follow-up Tarmogoyf from Tony to apply some pressure. Currently, it looks like it is a 3/4, thanks to Planeswalker, Instant, and Creature. And I think we actually have a Goyf counter.
Oh, good.
Yeah. If I can figure out
They
which
should
one it is.
Have these kids do it on the dice like they should be doing.
Yeah.
They probably will once that attack phase rolls around in like 2 seconds, waiting on it.
Maybe we don't have it.
Yeah, that's what they have that giant dice on the side for. We'll see.
Yeah.
Once they reach for it.
Yeah. I think Mark might have done away with the Goyf counter because it is kind of
Shardless
awkward.
Agent here. Spin that wheel.
What's the best he could hit? Abrupt Decay?
That's pretty good. Removal's pretty good.
Baleful Strix. That's also fine.
Permanents are really good.
Yep.
Can't really be disappointed.
Pretty
on
much
them.
everything was going to be good there, right?
Yeah.
Except, like,
how Shardless kind
The
of works.
worst thing was probably going to be like Brainstorm, which is usually the worst thing to hit. Yeah.
Is Ninja the Deep Hours actually for CC?
Yep. Gets around Abrupt Decay. It's gross.
And Shardless Agent.
Yeah. I guess we should pull up Ninja of the Deep Hours.
And you can just hear Kyle scream here once he gets attacked with that Strix next turn.
Yeah.
And flash in this
It is
foil Ninja here.
pretty gross, the things you can do with Strix in this deck. Like, this is like exactly the matchup that Kyle wants to play with his deck.
This is the grindier matchup here.
Like,
He does have a little bit more
Shardless is
card draw.
grindy, but Ninjas takes it to like another order of magnitude.
Leave it to Kyle to go big and long.
Yeah, because like,
He has some nice brainstorms too.
yeah, Kyle has fancy cards.
They're only F&M, so it doesn't feel too bad. They're not pink foil.
That would be nicer. Got another Death Right out of Tony, but it's not doing a ton yet. Another Strix for Kyle. I think I also see an Eternal Witness in his hand, perhaps.
How many fetchers have we gone through on each side? 2 by Zini.
Oh, you're right.
One on
Sorry.
Kyle.
So Tony should be at 18. As I said, I am bad at keeping track.
Brainstorm by Kyle here. Hopefully setting up his deep hours.
Yeah, that seems like the thing to do. See, Bolt is in his hand. He's got a decent amount of mana.
There's a bunch of good stuff there.
Yeah,
It's going to be very hard visiting to overcome all this stuff here.
One of the things about this deck is it takes a while to win, and this is not going to be a quick matchup. So one of the things is he just has to like make the plays. You know, like he doesn't have to do it completely perfectly every turn because he's gonna have to make like a gazillion decisions. He just needs to like actually get through them all.
This is fine, but the clock is still Anthony's still the aggressor here in this matchup with both Deathrite Shamans active and eating away at Kyle's graveyard here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably get in for one with the Strix, I would imagine. Crimson Viper, why you no own Underground Seas and Tarmogoyfs? Like, actually, I'm lucky just to have those things. If I didn't have those, I wouldn't play this game.
Oh boy. How do I do this?
Time there.
Yeah, I missed it by a little bit. Why doesn't this do it right? It's so weird. But I can't just
It could be down from.
Oh. Yes. Thank you.
Technical difficulties here.
And it's really just like me being dumb. Yeah, Crimson Viper, we were fiddling around with the time left and round.
Kyle took 2 from this Deathrite activation. I see a
Thank you.
remove brainstorm here.
Perfect.
Don't know if Kyle attacked or not, but I was very surprised if he didn't, which actually looked like it didn't. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he might just be holding back because like Goyf is dealing a lot potentially, but really he just needs to get this Jace under control. Like he can.
Yeah, just use 2 bolts too, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's rough actually. Like the bolts, what did they do? They went after Deathrites.
He went after Deathrite once, and
I don't know what the other one was.
Liliana.
Oh right, the Lily.
I might see it's not come here. Eternal Witness for the bolt back and attack both Strixes.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Seems really aggressive, but it might be the way to keep it check.
Mm-hmm.
Abrupt Decay on Tarmogoyf, freeze that line up, sure. Yep.
Yeah, let's Shardless attack.
Yeah, but I don't know why Kyle's worried about damage all of a sudden. It's like it's a pretty big Goyf. It's a 3-4, 4-5 now probably.
4-5, yeah. It seems like
this gets 4 points in on the Jace versus just the 2.
right.
He saves the Witness. This might be the overall better play here.
Oh, that's lethal.
Of course, that's Ninja. Oh,
That's 5.
Oh, the namesake of the deck. That's 5.
Jace down? No? Oh, he wasn't attacking Jace with all of it? Oh, he has to. If he wants to draw the card, he has to deal it to a player. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know if a card's worth just taking down Jace.
Yeah, like, what is worth more, a card in your hand or them getting to active, like brainstorm again?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't agree with this line here. Actually.
Yeah.
It's actually really greedy.
I mean, does,
Because Jace is just going to be brainstorming here. Like,
yeah. It's like, what if, like, Tony, like, brainstormed into Toxic Deluge or something, and then Kyle's hand has to restart?
Deathrite Shaman here. I think this is actually reflective of their actual life totals here. We got dice there, so it's sweet. Wow, why do we even have these life totals on this thing? The players do it for us.
Yeah. Sounds a lot better.
Another end of turn activation that was just really quick and not actually done, so we missed it. That's what I'll just say.
Yeah.
I didn't actually have. He just
We had no
it.
chance to know that. So it looks like Tony brainstorming immediately with Jace. He knows it's not long for the world, so.
That's true, but I don't like. I mean, he could just like take it up and
Yeah.
like play a creature, but I don't know what's
Here it looks like Tony's considering how to best use his Shardless agent. It looks like he has a brainstorm and 2 lands.
That's a great way to get rid of him.
Yeah.
If
Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want a Shardless agent just yet. Actually.
We'll just tar pit. He's just going for damage here. Okay, I'll trust Lazini's play here.
Huh.
doesn't actually just want to go for the Shardless at all. He's just gonna let Jace die, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not much hope of that living, right?
Like, the only thing you want to hit is like a Abrupt Decay, which just like feels awful hitting like any of these things in game 1, and as well as like Brainstorms to like do nothing.
Kyle might not be super well set up to race at the moment, though.
Might not be, but defending with Strixes is a lot easier than.
Well, not against Tarpit.
No, not against Tarpit, but we got Lightning Bolt for that.
Yeah, Tony not knowing that there's an Eternal Witness in Kyle's hand to get back one of the bolts is pretty relevant.
Yeah, so.
That's probably what we're going to see Kyle.
I'm wondering if Zini's going to fetch and shuffle away his Shardless Agent that's on top of his deck. I don't think he would, but.
Right. I think we're going to see Kyle get back bolt here. Yeah.
Probably.
I think that's a Taiga.
There you go.
Oh.
He does let it go. See? Yeah. It does not fetch. That Shardless is on top, and he doesn't want to play it. Alright.
I wonder. Kyle. I guess if you go after the Deathrite, you're basically saying, okay, all I have to do is straight up race a tar pit with, like, a lot of creatures.
Yeah, I like that bolting, that play right there. Both players' graveyards are stocked here, so that thing does mess with life totals a lot.
Yeah.
Plus, he has another Eternal Witness to grab back another bolt if he so needs to.
Oh, he has another. I didn't see the other witness. That's pretty good.
He does have a second one, yeah. But it is aggressive by Kyle. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But it's justifiable.
I guess he's at a big board advantage at this point, so at this he just has to like lean on it.
Yeah, Deathrite Shaman is one of those cards that gets him out of it for sure.
Like really, at this point, there's not a ton that helps Tony.
No.
Deluge for 2 does quite a bit, but
yeah,
I think there's only like 1 in his main deck.
Yeah.
Tony doing some math. I think he's trying to see if he can just straight up race or not. And
yeah, that last turn where he didn't cast Shardless.
Yeah, he could have added a lot of clock to the board.
Yeah, could have added definitely a lot to the board.
And he left a lot of mana kind of unused, I think.
There's that Witness.
Thoughtseize probably going after Wit.
It's probably going to be the Witness.
Yeah, I don't think there's... I mean, seeing the Strix isn't great either, but...
Zini going to 12 from that Thoughtseize.
Of course, we did not have them right, so, I mean... That's me.
These things change too fast.
Yeah, way too fast.
Right.
Abrupt Decay going after Eternal Witness. Not the strongest decay I've ever been witness to, but...
Kyle actually had enough mana to play a Witness, bring back Witness, and do other things with it. That's
probably what I would do.
That's pretty dirty in its own right there. Just chain Witnesses together.
Just always have one in your hand.
Yeah.
Just in case. I guess that's another merit. The fact that he had a witness, or a second witness earlier, he can also just get the bolt immediately, and then just get rid of the Deathrite so the next witness is live.
Is that the tutor?
Yeah, that's Imperial Recruiter.
All right.
Going to get another ninja.
I mean, hey, we need to recruit.
Yeah, Tony sees the writing on the wall here, and it's.
Yeah, him not casting Shardless, he just didn't recognize where he was in the matchup. It didn't seem like he knew what he was fighting over.
Yeah.
And possibly just playing against a different style deck than he was anticipating here.
I feel like these two players have played this matchup before, but it was a while ago, and...
It looked really sloppy by Zini, though. So if he played, not playing that Shardless Agent, definitely for one thing, but then...
I feel like he was maybe trying to maneuver to find a Toxic Deluge. Maybe he thought he was supposed to try to be the control, where I think he might have realized too late that having the unblockable land that he could
that might have been his
pivot.
He might have thought that was his only avenue of victory.
Yeah,
and then it was already possibly
it's tough. I mean, I think this matchup is a huge uphill climb for him.
Yeah, it's grindy, but not as grindy as ninjas over here.
Yeah,
way more card draw in that deck.
Tony, looking at some of the discard in his own deck, I think he should take out Thoughtseize, maybe Force of Will too. Yeah,
definitely the Force is first before Thoughtseizes, I believe.
Sure.
In these grindy matchups.
Liliana's also pretty bad. The problem is that he has so many bad cards. He can't have enough to bring in.
I mean, it's a grindier version of his deck, playing almost the same overlap of cards, actually. But
I think Force is probably the very first thing to go. Like, at least Lily can...
Generally, in these grindy matchups, Force is always the lean-to.
He needs to probably be the aggressor and just try to, like, cut Kyle off before he can really get his engine online.
Yeah, the difference in this matchup, I believe, is just the Tarmogoyfs. Like, he's going to have to lean on those a little bit, and they're going to have to do most of the carrying. And
he's going to just have to, like, Liliana away the Baleful Strixes or something.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it's definitely very rough for Xena here. I mean, they both run Balefuls. I guess the difference with the deck is Kyle has Eternal Witnesses, Deep Hours, more creatures besides like the Shardless agents and stuff, and then Xena just has Planeswalkers.
Some trumps that Tony could have are like Golgari Charm could be really good. Just neg one.
Yeah, that seemed like it would like definitely wipe the board there.
Yeah,
it'd be very, very good.
Like, it doesn't kill Ninja, but Ninja's kind of one of the more anemic creatures, really. Yeah, the ones that don't quite matter as much.
Yeah, you can only ninjutsu when you declare blockers. You have to declare blockers, so you still get it. Get that Strix midair. Won't matter.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm not a judge.
Yeah, I'm not a judge either.
I could be a level 1. I haven't taken my test yet.
We get to be privy to a lot of judge chat in the on these streams. Which, it's sort of like getting a peek into another world, not being a judge. Although I am pretty good friends with Chuck, and I guess you judge, but you just have a rules advisor, right?
Yeah, I'm not the L1. I still have to take my L1, actually.
Yeah, so you don't know shit.
I think I'll be fine.
At least for card market tournaments.
Yeah, for local stuff, standard tournaments for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Raul was telling me, it's like, I probably just ace this thing.
Yeah.
You played enough tournaments, like, you know.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. In fact, you would know anything about people trying to abuse, like, certain cases in the system or something.
Yeah. I think Tony might have been looking at a hand without black mana there, which...
yeah, that deck does not...
it's not going to work out. Looks like Kyle is keeping... And
it's 4-color madness that Kyle always plays. Oh.
Yeah, just the greediest possible. Wastelands be damned. No one plays those, right?
We got death rights.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm curious what my Death and Taxes deck lost to in round 1. Lost to Nick Fit. That seems likely.
Deeds are pretty good.
Yeah, Deed's good. Scape Shift is probably unbeatable. Yeah. I'm not going to count that one against the deck. It's one of the issues with Death and Taxes, though.
Misty by Cal.
Nope. Yep. We're off to the races.
Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage. Ninjutsu that, yeah.
Alright.
That's only from libraries and whatever, so that's not...
Is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, what does that do here?
I'll pull it up.
Let's figure out if this does much against Kyle's deck.
Stuff coming back from graveyard, like, does it stop the Eternal Witness? So I believe cards in the graveyard. Can't cast cards in the graveyard libraries?
I don't know if this really does anything against Kyle.
Stop Shardless Agent.
Okay.
No, actually, no. You're just casting it. No. I think this is a mistake here. I don't know. I don't know if he knows something we don't, but I don't think that card applies here.
I am definitely willing to. I'm definitely open to the possibility that we're wrong.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
If anyone in the chat can enlighten us, please go right ahead. Because, alright, let's think about it. So it doesn't do anything against Eternal Witness, because it's not casting anything, it's just returning
it's not entering the battlefield anyway.
Shardless Agent.
You're casting that too.
You're casting the spell that you cascade into. Also, Tony is playing Shardless Agents, presumably.
So, like,
what else is there? I guess ninjas, right? But they're not being cast.
Yeah, they're not from graveyards or libraries, so that doesn't affect anything that's from their hand.
Yeah, it's not like it's what's it called?
Natural Order or Green Sun's
Or like
in it,
Containment Priest stops ninjas.
Okay, yeah, Containment Priest would.
Interesting. Maybe Tony just didn't have anything to board in.
That seems
So
highly
many-
unlikely.
That might be better than Forcible.
If I play this Force, I'm going to be tempted to use it. 2 for 1 myself. I better not do that. Let's put this colorless artifact here. There'll be some great notes to give like some like friend that never played Magic. It's like,
I don't trust you to do this right.
It's like, we're going to take out these dig 3 times, so we don't trust you to do this. Second, we're just going to put this useless card in here, so you actually can't fuck up your game plan that I've got for you. Brilliant. Yeah, I don't know if Zini knows something, maybe something spicy sideboard card or something, but
Yeah.
crafting a cage.
And there's nothing that combos like with Cage, right? It just breaks up combos. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
not like Leyline of the Void or anything.
Yeah, it's like the pithing needle of the format, another variation of it, for sure. Just like
Yeah.
a random one of sideboard cards.
Yeah.
People's decks that doesn't want to lose to Elves.
Some people talking about the. I think the Judge lands in the chat. They are pretty snazzy.
And they are not getting reprinted for a while. Not that I know of.
Ooh, alright. So leaving in him, I think I agree with that. Because that's a 2 for 1 instead of. Or a 2 for 1 in the right direction.
Yeah. It's full 7 cards here, but
Yeah.
Zini doesn't seem like he.
And obviously,
has
the
anything else to
later
do.
the game goes, the worse it's going to be getting. Alright, Tony just picking 2 cards instead of dicking around with
That's like
dice.
random. Yeah.
Random enough. Didn't seem like
That's how we did it back in the day.
Yeah.
All this rolling dice stuff.
I don't think that hit Kyle too hard, frankly.
No, it's his deck's just full of the same stuff, and then plus it's only landed.
Yeah.
It's not where the real action is.
Huh. I wonder what Tony's asking about with this cage. Or if he's realizing that
It does like nothing.
it could have been accidental.
Yeah, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt first.
I wonder if Kyle will Abrupt Decay it.
He's like, it's not gonna stop my witness.
If he cascades into Abrupt Decay, that would be hilarious. 'Cause
I mean, you're gonna cast it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
grows goif. It was all part of the plan. Oh shit! It just grows goif, and so
Oh, that's why he boarded it in. Just growing Goyf. Okay. Even though there's probably going to be artifacts on Kyle's side.
you gotta have a target when you flip over Abductor K.
Maybe he thought that it was going to stop Shardless Agent. I don't know.
That's
That's probably the most likely.
yeah, that or witness. It's one of those interactions that
Yeah.
Zini saw first game. Nothing wants to stop.
I think it just got like 5 degrees colder in here. I don't know how it happened.
Pretty-
God. This is
Zini's
looking.
already a little bit behind here. Already.
Yeah, this is looking pretty bad for Tony.
Yeah.
Another Shardless Agent.
This mold is 6.
What? That's a master of cruelties? Why the hell not?
I mean,
Oh,
that
there's the
is-
decay. Kyle chooses the Goyf over the cage.
Oh, that
I don't know if we.
master, though.
I don't know if I agree with that. We're gonna
That's
pull
right,
up that
folks.
spicy meatball for everyone here.
That's right, folks. We
he-
did just see one of these. And
You can't hit it off of Shardless Agent, but you can cast it, and you can tutor for it with Imperial Recruiter. Pretty sweet. Other things you can do.
I mean, this thing's all about the death touch, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, it is ninjas. I mean, there's poison.
The other combo is you attack with Master of Cruelties. They're not gonna block, right? Because so it has First Strike and Death Touch. They're probably not gonna block. They're already going to 1, or they're gonna go to 1 then, and then you ninja in a creature and it
After.
kills them because it's unblocked. And Master doesn't deal damage,
Oh, that's true.
but the ninja will deal damage.
That's a cute interaction.
Yeah,
That's
it's
we're doing-
very cute. I think Kyle maybe has successfully pulled that off, like a handful, enough that it's sweet. Enough that it's not just a pipe dream.
That is really cool.
It also doesn't get bolted. So
Yeah,
if
it's a-
anyone's looking for some tech,
First striking death touch is pretty good in these grindy matchups here. I can see Strix
Yeah.
here being a powerhouse, holding back goifs.
Gerard Fabiano's deck tech at the end of the Open the other day spiked the price of Tasigur a lot. I think.
I'm not surprised that card jumped up. That was actually one of the cards that I knew was actually gonna jump up. I'm like, nobody's pre-ordering this guy. Nobody realizes what this guy does.
Right.
But
it is just a rare.
It is just a rare, but
it's gonna come down. But it probably should be like a $4 or $5 card.
I thought it's definitely a higher impact rare. I do believe it's like a $4 or $5 card, and it's just a little bit of hype right now.
Right.
But,
yeah, it's like
I'm not surprised
$10 right now.
I'm not surprised right now. People are just gonna jump on that train right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
this whole block is just not gonna be able to support $10 rares because of fetches.
I saw a lot of pre-orders for the store. A lot of Leishas, a lot of Ugins, a lot of stuff like that. Like the stuff that you normally would assume, but not Tasigur, which is a little surprising to me. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just got those of 250 while no one's looking like that.
Yeah. I might play blue-black control in standard, and I think I wanted some Tasigurs. Probably in the board, but just when they board out all of their removal, just get them.
It's not a bad play. I mean, Fabiano's deck is really good. It is definitely more his style of deck to play.
Mm-hmm.
It might not fit everybody because it's not. It's like a dredge deck. That's a control deck.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Yeah, you got to be able to handle the mill spells, milling your own win conditions away, and possibly and playing around it.
That is the kill.
That
Kyle attacks for 4, drains for 2 with Deathrite, and a bolt to the face finishes off Tony.
Yeah, that game wasn't looking close here.
Yeah, this matchup is it's not what Tony wants to play against. That was
that he knows. Yes,
that was some pretty savage destruction.
Yeah. So yeah, these are definitely a mistake. He definitely realized them. He just tosses them to the side, like, yep. That's just nope.
All right, so his ace in the matchup was Knight of Souls Betrayal.
That's pretty sweet.
He flips over.
That's pretty sweet.
That's
like
cool
a good grindy card. It stops
Yeah.
Elves. It used to stop Pyromancer tokens.
So we see Ninjas victorious over Shardless BUG, moving up to 2-0 here.
Really? You won the first one? Yeah, won the first
Or sorry, 1-1. 1-1. My fault. 2-0 in the match. 1-1 overall on the day.
Ninjas.
And that only took about half of the round clock, so we can pop upstairs and see if we can get another.
Tasigur in his list as well. Speaking of the devil.
In Shardless BUG? Yeah, why not? I guess that makes sense. I mean, you can cascade into it, but that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, just keep bringing back.
You're not really. The only other thing, I guess, you're eating some of your own graveyard with Deathrite, but that's not that bad.
Yeah, you actually get to control it very well. You could control your graveyard very well to narrow down the removal spells over and over again.
Yeah, and I guess when if you actually activate it, you're probably gonna get back some gas.
Yeah, Deathrite Shaman keeps the creatures and spells, mainly just the spells in check.
Yeah.
Like that, we don't want these brainstorms. No. This abrupt decays, all the abrupt decays.
All right, so let's pop back into the booth here. Cannot see if we can get another match on camera. Gibbous, we just saw Ninjas victorious over Shardless BUG on camera. We didn't, unfortunately, not get to see Master of Cruelties come into play, but it did get milled over with a Shardless agent. So
that's how we do know it exists.
That would have been a golden moment for the stream. The Master of Cruelties wombo with a ninja. Yes. Just be gross.
But for anybody tuning in, this ninja deck was basically a Shardless agent deck with red in it.
Yeah, it's like 4-color cascade. No Bloodbraid Elf, I guess. But.
No, why not? Not bad.
I don't know. You can cascade into Shardless Agent.
Yeah, live the dream. That's what they did for when Shardless was like the top deck for a while. They added Bloodbraid on top of that.
Yeah.
Deck list and.
Yeah, I don't know.
What people.
I guess there might be other 3s in the deck that Kyle doesn't want to hit. I don't know. Maybe not.
He can easily tune it to adjust it. I mean, flipping over something like Eternal Witness seems sweet.
Yeah, that seems sweet.
So.
Or Impure Recruiter.
But
that'd be great
a bunch
too.
of the Strixes, Death Touching Strixes.
Yeah.
Ninja the Devours, Higure of the
It's
Stillwind.
So what are the ways? I guess it's worse against combo because it doesn't have discard. Like, or not as much at least. Like it's not playing. It loses out on like Liliana, Hymn to Turok. I think it like sideboards Thought Seizes instead of like main decking. If any.
Yeah, you're playing bolts instead, and that's that 1-drop slot.
Still have Abrupt Decay. So that combined with bolts, you have a good amount of spot removal.
Yeah, that should be enough. A lot of death touch creatures, so
Mm-hmm.
that actually handles.
Yeah, just having 4 Strixes and like an E-Witness to bring them back and just only value. His hand's probably gonna typically be 7 cards.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the junk mid-range decks back then with Eternal Witness, Vindicate, and like looping those.
Sure.
Any kind of mid-rangey. Yeah, anything with Eternal Witness in it.
Yeah. So what are you gonna play in Standard now? Just more Abzan?
Probably more Abzan. It's just the easiest deck.
What a jerk.
Play. Yeah, Siege Rhino is just too good.
Is
I don't want to think.
pretty annoyingly good.
Yeah. Just
What can you do? I was looking at like Outpost Siege decks.
Ooh,
I don't know if those are gonna be good.
You want to speed up a Hornet Queen? Turn
Uh,
faster?
oh no, other Siege, the Red Siege.
Oh, okay.
Frontier Siege also probably pretty good.
It's definitely cute.
Outpost is the one that it either Chandra zeros, or when a creature of yours leaves play, you get to ping a creature or player.
That's pretty good.
So if you are playing like tokens, you get them to like 10 life and you have a bunch of tokens.
You don't care anymore. You're like,
They're probably just dead, yeah. Or, I mean, you can just put it on the Chandra Zero and it's just extra cards.
You got your wish, the boss troll. The boss troll 1/1/1.
Perfect. Alright, so we still have some time left in the round. I'm gonna text mark, or I'll just run upstairs and see if I can find. Yeah. Let me just talk to chat. I'll try to be quick.
Yeah, hopefully Greg will be really quick on this. But yeah. Any questions for me though? Just your normal PTQ grinder in the Midwest here. For all you who don't know, there is a PTQ in Wisconsin this week. Okay. And you might be seeing me there. Pop up peep peep peep. I will try to get Legacy Elves on there. Cook the Fourth says there's also a PTQ in Maryland this weekend. It's gonna be the last month of PTQs, guys. I mean, I don't know how long have you guys been playing, but I've been playing quite a while, and I love the PTQ system. I'm sad to see it go. What I'm actually sad most about it is that I actually travel less now, and while that can be a good and a bad thing, I definitely see less of my friends in other states. So that's always like a bad thing. Might see them at the regionals and stuff at bigger tournaments, Star City games, but not as often. But yeah, on the right side, you get a ton of players get to play locally every week. For Liliana's pretty sweet lines. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make any legacy PTQs as much as I wish they would be. It's a little hard to qualify for that event. Like the deck's worth more than the plane ticket to anywhere. The boss show, it's alright if you're new to Magic. Legacy is it's a great way to learn about older cards. It's probably how real Magic should be played. Dun, dun, dun. A lot of shuffling. Yeah, from each end here. Dun, dun, dun.
Alright, I tried. So there are 2 matches still going. They're both in game 3. I tried to get the start of Reanimator and Storm, but
wasn't happening.
The players declined gracefully. I think
probably because they're gonna win in like a turn or 2.
Yeah, it's it's not a good matchup for Storm at all.
I would imagine so.
And I feel like I probably wouldn't want to play Storm on camera either, frankly, because I would screw up like crazy and get too nervous. Cook the Fourth asking if anyone's going to the Invitational. Unfortunately, I'm not. Are you? Yeah.
I'm not about that SCG life. If there's a pizza queue, I'm usually going to that instead.
Yeah. I played in 1 Invitational. I did horribly in Standard, so I was just dead before I got to do well in Legacy. I went 1-3 in Standard, so I had to 4-0 Legacy to make day 2.
Jeez.
I came up 1 win short.
But still in it though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Legacy's easy. I just ran into Omnitel. Not very winnable, unfortunately.
I want to get back to FNM as Level Star.
I wonder.
1994, man. This guy's an old school player like me.
Yeah.
Back in the days where we left 2 islands up.
Just cause.
Oh yeah. Counterspell was just the best card back then.
Yeah.
They should make a shirt. I should make a shirt like that.
Yeah. Huh. Tips for walking in blind to F&M. I guess the question is,
how much are you willing to spend, sir?
Well, you can also play. You just have draft too. I mean,
That's true.
Draft might be higher pressure, or you could just like show up and ask if like anyone has 2 decks and would just be like willing to play some games with you, even like not even like play in the tournament the first time, and just try to hang out and meet some people who are of similar minds to yourself, because a lot of us have come back to the game. Like
we all quit at one point.
Yeah,
we all did.
I didn't play at all during school, or during college. Like, I had a pretty sizable Eternal collection when I was in high school, back when Underground Seas were $12.
Those are the days.
And I sold them at, I think, $20, and I thought I was making out like a bandit.
That's fine, I think. That was fairly good.
I made money on my hobby, and then I came back, and I found out that I could have made more money.
I was one of those lucky people that did have most of his collection intact.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was really dumb.
Who would have known this game would have grown as much as it did?
Yeah, I guess part of it was when I quit, it was looking like it was maybe not going to continue on so much longer, because I quit during Kamigawa block.
That was pretty awful.
Yeah,
but a lot of those cards are actually really expensive now.
Yeah.
Like those Azuzas. God,
it's like, Azuzas. I didn't dislike it's not that I disliked those cards, or like the affinity error like really upset me that much. It was just sort of like I wasn't super excited about the game at that point, and I was going to college, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah, stay in school, kids.
Yeah.
Don't quit for a card game.
Also, never sell your cards.
Go to school, never sell your cards.
Yeah, just don't.
For any younger viewers out there, that's the name of the game. But as far as more tips on coming back into Constructed when you're a new player, like I believe Standard is actually pretty cheap right now. I do expect most of these cons cards to be pretty affordable outside of like some Mythic rares, and even the Mythics like Wingmade Rocket and stuff like that, like $10. Sorens are like 15. Like they're not. It's been worse.
At the moment, probably the most affordable deck you could buy into is like Blue-White Heroic.
Yeah, any of the heroic decks, any kind of red deck is actually like
any
really,
2-color deck.
Any 2-color deck, that's actually a very good one. Yeah,
even like you can build red-white aggro pretty cheaply and just like
be competitive that way.
Yeah, you can just like slant your deck in a certain way that you leave out some of the more expensive cards, and it's probably still perfectly good.
If you want to buy like an Abzan deck, like a fully built Abzan deck, you're around like a couple $100.
Yeah,
at least.
But Blue-White Heroic's like $60.
Yeah,
and it's basically all the cost
is and uncommons.
It's Flooded Strand. That's the deck.
That's the deck. Yeah, that is actually the most expensive. Mana Confluence, maybe.
That's like probably the deck that's gonna hold its value best, frankly, because the whole cost is the Mana Confluence and the Flooded Strands.
Yeah, those prices aren't moving anywhere.
Yeah.
Even Mana Confluence, I do believe it's going to jump up, actually be pretty high, actually, outside of Journey. Nobody's opening Journey right now.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
That's just a better City of Brass, so.
Yeah, and City of Brass has been like a $4 or $5 card forever, and it's been
formats.
printed a million times.
Yeah.
So if Mana Confluence is only printed once and it's replacing City of Brass, it's probably never going to dip below 10.
Yeah, the foil ones definitely have room to grow. It's weird learning to work at a store and then getting the financial peak at things.
Yeah.
Sure. How early I do about Vegas.
Yeah, you want to give us the lowdown? What is Card Market buying right now? No, I don't.
We're buying everything. No changes there. We are getting an island there for Vegas though, which is like
island.
It's like a booth, but not just like a few tables. It's actually like a whole like.
Whoa.
It's a pretty big space.
So like what? So you have like a square, and all you guys are in the middle or something?
Yeah, it's really like an island. It's like a booth that's all around kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
so people just walk around you.
Yeah. Well, it's just
like more space.
Yeah, it's just
I
basically
guess.
the highest, like the most space you can get at the
That's
that
nice.
venue. Definitely
I
our
guess,
first time getting one of those things, so I'm like.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's like prime time
It
buying,
is,
right?
It is going to be the biggest GP by far.
Yeah.
This year.
There's a million people and a lot of big time.
I don't think
players,
Mana
I
Confluence
guess.
is better than City of Brass. Price wise, yeah, I agree with you. It's
Art wise,
definitely
I definitely agree.
not. I like me some City of Brass art.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Man, that Arabian arts.
I grew up with that one.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's slightly better. It's just a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, as someone who plays Richard Port, I know that Mana Confluence is definitely better, quote unquote.
It is
But
important. Yep.
yeah, wish that card got more play. That'd be sweet.
Russian import.
Port and City of Brass on the other side.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know why, despite it being played less now, these ports they're actually like more than they used to be. They're like 100 now or something. Most places.
Yeah, they might have dipped some actually at one point.
Maybe a little bit less, but yeah, I'm assuming like the high would be like 100.
Caracas is up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's actually up. I'm not actually surprised about that land. That's just like a weird kooky land. That's just
Yeah,
like, what,
and
like,
it's
what does
really
this thing do?
old, and
It's just gonna get better from time on. Like
I have 2 English and 1 Italian, and
so
it grinds
jealous.
my
I'm
gears.
so jealous.
Well, that's like the one.
You have the one.
I don't have any underground Z's, but I got 3 Caracas.
They'll be the same in no time. But you can get any other dual land with them there.
Yeah. How many years till dual lands are just like Moxen? Or are they basically? I guess they're kind of already.
When
Because like when I was in high school, we thought of Moxes as like, you know,
A
like
few
that was
$100,
it,
that was-
right?
that was
They were
it,
like
yeah.
300 or 400. You get a Sapphire for 400, and that was like a big deal.
that's a lot to spend on a Magic card.
It is. But Underground Sea is like 250, and you need 4 of them.
A little bit more grown up now, so these prices have grown up with us.
Yeah.
But as
Ugh.
far as these Moxens goes, like, maybe when these Moxens turn into cars, like actual real cars, new cars, not these hoopies, like they are now, $4,000 or $5,000 for a Lotus or something,
Ugh,
and a
God.
beat up one too. Like it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Lotus hits that market where comic books hit, that collector's range.
Yeah.
Then maybe some of the beta duels and stuff will get there.
Yeah.
The black bordered ones. White bordered now. Probably not never.
I have never played in a vintage tournament, but I'm kind of curious.
Ooh.
I kind of want to see what it's
There's,
like.
there's a lot of altars for sure. Like,
Yeah.
like whenever someone gets their deck stolen, like it's definitely a very good way to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
like
find it.
Yeah. It's definitely easier to find one of these dealers. Like, hey, I have this deck. It has a couple altars in it. It's my brainstorm, my whatever.
Yeah.
Seas and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, that's nuts that theft is like so common in vintage specifically.
If I was a thief, I mean, you're gonna make one grab.
Yeah.
Probably be in the vintage tournament.
Yeah.
Where the cars are actually worth the car, if not more.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts to just like carry that around in your backpack.
I feel weird like carrying a legacy deck in my backpack.
Yeah, I think about that all the time.
Back-
I'm like
back
on
when
the
things were,
train
like, a little higher.
coming
Yeah.
home from work, and it's like thank God not everyone around me knows I have like $2,000 sitting in my backpack.
Of just value, like
Yeah.
no one would have known.
God.
But that's how I felt Magic was. I'm glad they're reprinting a lot of cards.
Yeah.
For this reason.
It is nice that you know, I don't necessarily love Modern, but I like that it can give newer players at least a glimpse into what, like, more Eternal formats can start to feel like.
Sure.
Just, like, having those weird decks, like corner case decks. I don't know, like the...
Amulet deck?
Like
Amulet?
Living End. Yeah, Amulet, totally. You know, like, any of those sort of just, like, doing something really off the wall. Like, it's not just, like, mid-range versus mid-range, you know?
Oh, that's definitely the beauty of the game, is building your deck. It's a big part of it, actually.
Yeah. I mean, Limited is awesome in its own right, but Constructed has a certain... I don't know. It's just, it's cool that Magic is so, like, varied and customizable, I guess. And Jeffrey K telling us that Vintage is awesome.
Ooh, just finished Mud. I'm so jelly.
That's pretty sweet. You should tell Mark about that. I'm sure he'd like to hear about workshops and all that fun stuff. I think if I ever play Vintage, I'd probably just play Merfolk, though. It's like a fully powered Merfolk deck is like 3 cards different from a not fully powered Merfolk deck. So
Recall Mox and Lotus.
I guess 4. Because probably Time Walk. You probably have to play Time Walk.
Yeah, you
right?
probably have to play Time Walk as a Merfolk.
Yeah,
right?
you're
I'm
aggro.
gonna play a Lord.
Yeah.
Attack. Time Walk, kill you.
I mean, really, you're just playing a deck with, like, Curse Catcher and Mental Misstep. That's what you're all about. And Null Rod.
I mean, that was the best deck for a while in Legacy when Mental Misstep was actually still legal.
Sure.
That's definitely warped the format.
Hey, and we got some parents. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
And we'll try to quickly run upstairs. Ooh. So Mark is 2-0 with Mud. He's playing against Reanimator. We also have Phil Silberman on Elves playing against Bug Pod from David Gleischer. That kind of sounds fun.
That sounds kind of fun, too.
Yes. We're going to put Elves versus Pod. So Pod gets axed from Modern, and it's now good in Legacy.
Only place to play it now. Yeah, that Pod banning was definitely a little bit early. I understand why. It is a very powerful card. Probably ends up being too powerful as time goes on and more creatures get printed and stuff. But it's just too soon. $1,700 from your vintage Judge deck. Like, the Judge deck is like so cheap. It's like it's only Bazaars that are expensive out of that deck. It's actually one of the more affordable vintage decks. Judge 2 Sanctus. Oh, that's fucking sweet. Yeah, definitely would love to see more vintage, but I don't get to. Just hear about this legendary chain of spells being cast in vintage, but I never get to see them.
Alright, so we are going to be looking at David Gleischer on Bug Pod, playing against Phil Silberman on Elves. I think this favors Elves, but Gleischer has some play to the match, so it's not like a hopeless cause or anything.
Yeah, it is a pod deck, and it is black or green blaze, so...
I'm gonna jump us out of the booth right now, so you guys don't have to look at us anymore.
I do want to use the bathroom, though.
Go for it. Alright, so we got Phil Silberman here on the left. He's playing Elves. He just played against Greg Pino, who was on Scapeshift Nickfit, and apparently was victorious. I imagine that the speed in that matchup might have been able to carry Phil. I think also that Elves is probably one of the biggest gainers actually from this ban. They used to have a really strong Delver matchup, but Delver, the most popular version of Delver, switching to straight blue-red, which was, hyper aggressive and also played multiple copies of Forked Bolt, turned the matchup from great against something like Rug Delver to actually probably pretty negative against blue-red Delver. So we have Phil on Elves on the left, and we have David Gleischer on Bug Pod on the right. And when I ran upstairs to tell these guys that they were going to be on camera, all Glacier said to me was, man, this Treasure Cruise ban is great for my deck. And it seems like he's another benefactor of this metagame shift, because both of these guys are playing ways of, getting card advantage outside of Brainstorm and other straight cantrips, like traditional blue tempo and mid-range shells in Legacy, and now their engines are just more viable again. So we can pull up Birthing Pod. Give a little picture of that beautiful card, which is been axed from Modern, but still perfectly legal in Legacy. Chad is considering Earthcraft, Skull Clamp, Glimpse, all some pretty sweet cards. Alright, we got openers from these players. Let's see if they can keep some 7-card hands. Also, to note, both of these players are 2-0. Alright, turn 1, Bayou into Deathrite Shaman out of Phil. A good start. And we have a Tropical Island into Deathrite. So if there was a question about Deathrite getting better from this ban, I think the answer is safely yes. Phil dropping to 19, fetching out another Bayou. Not scared of Wasteland in this match. Phil knows what he's playing against in all likelihood.
We're all friends here.
Yeah. Everyone knows what Glacier plays. Everyone knows what Phil plays. It's either Elves or
Storm.
Ant, yeah. If you see a Bayou, it's pretty safe to assume. Alright, pretty good turn out of Phil. Setting up for possibly a turn 3 kill if he has a Natural Order in hand. He also has not played a Cradle just yet. Not sure if he even has one, though. Looks like Glacier has... Looks to be...
Brainstorming.
I think he has a Therapy, he has a Veteran Explorer, so he might get to actually play Veteran Explorer, play Cabal Therapy, flashback Cabal Therapy all in this turn.
I didn't get that Natural Order out of his hand.
Yeah, so it looks like Phil has... Does he have the Cradle, or is that a Pendlehaven? I don't know if he has... I guess if he just has any land, then he has the 4th mana required.
Looks like a fetch, but I could be wrong.
You might be right, yeah. It might be a Wooded Foothills or something.
Another Deathrite Shaman and a Natural Order?
Yeah. Alright, so Glacier's setting up Brainstorm, probably cracking this Polluted Delta now, shuffling some cards away. Looks like Glacier has a Trinket Mage in his hand. Not exactly sure what that gets.
Value, baby, value.
Yeah. Probably a 1-0.
I wouldn't be surprised if we grabbed like Engineered Explosives or something.
Could, yeah.
Could.
Could just be a top. It's boring, right? Just
random
top.
Pithing Needle.
Yeah.
I mean, the random 1-of artifact seemed really good here.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it does give you some flexibility with sideboarding if you already have the main deck mage.
I'm more disappointed on his art for Trinket Mage.
I agree. The original art is sweet.
Alright. Does it name Natural Order? Yeah, it does.
Yep.
And that is a Pendlehaven, not a Wooded Foothills.
So Glacier's... So he's probably going to play... I would imagine that he plays the Veteran Explorer and cracks, and he might take away the Rex Sage. The problem is that Phil has already gotten Wirewood Symbiote plus Elvish Visionary into play, and that combo just lets Elves churn through their deck like no other.
It is the engine of the deck.
Yeah, especially if he can like draw into a Cradle or something, so he doesn't have to worry about mana really at all. Glacier seems to be considering whether or not...
Okay, he's He's definitely casting this thingy.
All right, and Phil's actually stealing the mana with his own Death Right. So,
which I'm not surprised of.
Yeah.
I saw that happening.
So Glacier is not going to get a chance to play Veteran Explorer this turn. He might just, so he's just sacking the Death Right anyway.
I'm getting the Visionary out of his hand. That seems really good.
So, all right. So that was the cost for Phil, was to untap the Death Right. He had to basically sacrifice the Visionary.
I think that's a win for Glacier.
Yeah, that seems fine.
I don't think Silverman was prepared for this next leveling here. But, of course, he didn't have perfect information like David did. So.
The fact that, well, he kind of did, right? He had already therapied.
No, I mean, like, Phil doesn't have information on
whether or not Glacier was actually going to sack the Death Right.
Yeah.
It looks like it was an attack for 1, I think. Or probably 2, actually, with the Pendlehaven tap.
I'd assume so. Phil bringing in the beats.
Yeah.
Not really missed. Still missing like 2-3 pieces.
Oh, I think he also ate this Brainstorm, actually. So I think that was a drain, as well as an attack for 2 and casting Death Right. Let's see. This looks like it might be a Shriekmaw going after Wildwood Symbiote.
It's a pretty safe assumption, since the only non-black creature
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And a Veteran Explorer.
There it is.
So if there are beats coming, they might be halted if Phil doesn't want to give Glacier more lands. Although Phil can kind of just sit and keep draining.
Yeah, Phil is drawing a lot of lands, though.
Yeah.
That Pendlehaven is not gonna pump your Death Right champ.
Yeah. And also, I guess there's only one more spell to even eat for the Death Right, because Glacier just has 2 creatures in his bin, and Phil only has the 1 natural order to eat. This is probably going about as well as Glacier could hope for, actually.
Yeah. Very slow start by Phil here, and then a couple key removal spells.
Right. Nabbing that natural order.
Yeah,
always good.
Getting rid of the Visionary, a natural order, and possibly both symbiotes now.
Yeah.
By turn 3, like that's
pretty good. And that looks like a recurring nightmare in Glacier's hand.
Yeah, those creatures.
That would be pretty gross, getting back that Shriekmaw. I think that's what he's going to do this turn, right?
Possibly.
He has a land drop?
He has the Abrupt Decay in his hand, too, so it's very possible.
Sure.
He has at worst,
he goes after the Symbiote. Yeah, I don't know if he has a land this turn.
He does have a land.
So does he want to rearrange the top of his deck or not? Does not seem like he does.
No.
Yeah, he's just
Phil should
gonna
know.
allow.
Yeah, Phil knows better.
I guess Recurring Nightmare doesn't do anything now because of Death Rates.
Just removing his own natural order for 2 and fetching 2.
Thinning.
Surprised he didn't remove any creatures.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he did, right?
He had 2 bodies untapped. I don't know what else he removed.
No, he just fetched Dryad Arbor.
Okay, he removed the Brainstorm that he had. That Glacier.
Alright, now Abrupt Decay goes after a Symbiote after all that is happening. Makes sense. Good sequencing from Glacier. What's that? So he has Rexage and Cradle.
Cradle is a necessary part of this engine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's lost the other 2 pieces.
Yeah. So you can like eat the Decay. There's not really any incentive to play the Rexage now that he doesn't have the
pod.
Yeah, he doesn't have pod to kill, and he doesn't have Symbiote to bounce it to his hand.
Yep, Phil's just sitting
kind of sitting there. Yep. He's reluctant to swing into Veteran Explorer.
Yeah, his clock's way better with just the Death Rights.
Probably, yeah. Glacier shuffling.
Silverman should be removing Glacier's entire graveyard in return for most value if he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he might have.
Because he's got to suspect he has a Recurring Nightmare or knows he has a Recurring Nightmare in his deck. He's got to.
Yeah, I think it is a one of, but yeah, I mean,
but
still good.
If you know he has it, and like, you're not doing it.
And
in the
he
manner.
just drew it. Not the best at the moment, frankly. Looks like he's gonna play the Trinket Mage. Now we can see what he.
That pithing needle. He's got some kind of answer.
Oh,
There
he
you
does
go.
have explosives. Right on the bottom for
It
him.
is the engineered explosives. That Rex Sage is not going to be able to touch
Main
this
deck
thing.
explosives.
Mm.
I don't understand.
What? Trinket Mage? Yeah, Trinket Mage, you get the run. You get the
Alright.
run, yeah.
Drain for 2, and then gain 2. Yeah, he's getting rid of that Shriek Maw. Makes sense. So Phil jumping up to 20, Glacier down to 10.
I'm getting up pretty quickly.
I mean, Phil
But-
still can just draw natural order and win, right? Like, that's still gonna happen this turn.
He could. He definitely could.
I guess he drew
If he draws
Querying
a-
Ranger,
If
though.
he draws another creature, he can easily play the Cradle and cast Craterhoof
Yeah.
down the line
Oh, that's true, too.
and just do it that way. But yeah,
Yes.
natural order is the probably quickest way.
Right. The problem here is, well, I guess Phil can now just not commit anything more to the board, make Glacier blow this explosives on 1.
Sure, ordering the blockers.
Pumping, killing the Trinket Mage,
That's done correctly.
takes down Dryad Arbor.
Glacier's probably not going to play any more spells right now.
Yeah, Phil just refusing to kill the Veteran Explorer for as
That's
long as humanly possible.
David looking in great shape so far.
Yeah. I wonder if he just does it for 1.
He should. If he's gonna ever...
If he's gonna blow it right now, though.
Yeah, you do it. You're not gonna bait, so...
He might not do it yet. Yeah, alright, he is doing it now. Alright, in response. Probably eating
Shrinking
1
Mage,
creature,
and then whatever that other thing is.
2 creatures?
Yep.
Yeah. Phil jumping up to 24. I mean, Phil's life total is not super relevant. I guess more relevant is just getting things out of Glacier's graveyard. Being an Eternal Witness / Recurring Nightmare deck.
Yeah.
Even though they are 1-ofs.
It's pretty nasty with Veteran Explorer.
Yeah. Because that Recurring Nightmare is in his hand, right?
Mm-hmm. It returns to his hand. Back in the old Trade Wind Rider days for me. This card was
Yeah, that seems gross. I would be all about drafting this card in Cube. As long as it wasn't just like all combo.
Yeah.
So,
Here, David's deck
oh
kicking
god,
into Fifth Gear.
Strix. Jeez. Next turn is going to be gross.
Yeah.
Nightmare is just going to get completely out of hand if
Yeah, it's gonna
Given
draw a
the
lot of
chance.
cards, get a lot of lands. It's gonna leave Phil in the dust.
I suppose Phil now can, oh, another Strix, why not? I was gonna say that Phil could just, Rex Sage the Strix, but having 2, now Nightmare just
Oh yeah, yeah.
goes back and forth
That's
on them.
all in the plan of David
Oh
Glacier.
god, Phil's not gonna be happy about this one.
It's all in the plan here.
Yep. Oh boy, this is gonna be a good turn for Glacier.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one for sure. But Phil is in position to just Craterhoof and win if he draws a Cradle. I
Yeah.
believe it costs 8 mana, right?
He has a Cradle in hand,
Oh,
right?
yeah, he has a
Or he
Cradle.
just has to draw the hoof, yeah.
Yeah, he just has another hoof to the order.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Cure and Ranger too, so he can actually
Yeah.
make
guess-
enough sources.
The lack of clock in
One turn.
Glacier's deck is definitely a concern. Not having something like Goyf or some other efficient beater to actually close things out. See a Brainstorm from Glacier. I think he has a fetch. He has a couple fetches, so he's gonna be able to clear the top of his library. Ooh. He also has a Green Sun Zenith. He could go get,
this is gonna get...
yeah, this is gonna get saucy.
I don't know what he's gonna get, but these...
Typically, he gets the new Titania, the one that makes 5/3s when your
Okay.
lands go to the graveyard.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't think he's played a land this turn, so he could.
No, I don't believe he did either.
He can Green Sun X = 5 right now, then crack the fetch after he has the... Oh, alright, I guess he's taking a different line.
Shuffle away that therapy and land right now.
Maybe he has like a...
He doesn't want to draw that with his reoccurring engine.
Right.
I guess he needs the mana as well if he's playing the Green Sun and reoccurring Nightmare.
That's a good point. Yeah, he might not even play the Green Sun this turn.
Oh,
or he is. X equals 3. I wonder what this could be.
It's going to work well with reoccurring Nightmare. Whatever
That's
it
true.
was.
Oh, so he's just going straight for
Yeah.
blowing more stuff up.
I like this play.
Yeah, I guess just keep the creature base as low as possible, right?
Yeah, the Crater Hoof Behemoth draw is now no longer an option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with just one creature in play, it's not enough. And Glacier also refusing to attack with the Baleful Strix.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Feels life total not important.
Yeah. Until it is.
Another useless therapy there.
Yeah, therapy doesn't really do anything.
Alright. Show me your nightmares.
Yeah, this has got to be a multiple nightmare turn, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Alright,
Yep,
attack with
there's
Strix
the-
first.
Yep.
It's that
The Strix is about to...
telltale attack that means multiple recurring nightmares are about to happen.
He's like, what just happened?
Phil knows this is bad. This is probably going to involve,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. You're gonna draw a card. Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. You're gonna...
Land is fine.
You're
Land
gonna
lets him do it 3
Do
times.
it again. On their tap one. Nope.
Yep. Get back Ewit. Comes into
What's
play.
up?
Get
What's up?
back.
This engineer explosives, probably.
Yeah, probably. Oh, Brainstorm.
That's
All
fine,
right.
man. You got enough mana to
What a
loop it
greedy,
twice.
greedy man.
You got enough mana to loop it.
If anyone ever told you that David Gleicher wasn't greedy, they were lying to your face. Maybe he did play a land this turn. Therapy.
Sure.
What could this possibly be naming?
I was thinking for a second. It can't be Crater Hoof.
I think he said natural order.
Can't be that.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that would make
He
sense.
would just grab like a.
I guess
previous
Hoof. Yeah.
hit. Hoof is like one of them. It could be a random like Elves piece.
He might have not have been able to cast it yet.
Could just be like a glimpse or something too. Irrelevant.
Glacier drawing Thrag Tusk, of course. Legacy staple.
Swag Tusk.
If anyone ever told you that Legacy was boring, David Glacier is showing you that that does not.
He did not get that memo.
Yeah.
And a turn pump by Silverman
Yeah,
on the Veteran Explorer.
for
there.
value.
Right.
Just to show that he could. Just to
What a nice
prove to
guy.
us that he knows what his cards do.
Oh, nice guy. Have you drawn instant you play before?
Actually, maybe Pendlehaven only can target your own creatures? I don't even know. Phil laying down the cradle, the jig is up.
For HC Fox, if you use your top, once you draw the card, part of the resolution is it going on top of your library. It's not like a scenario where you can tap the top, put that ability on the stack, the draw
Untap it.
You can rearrange your library. You can even shrapnel blast it before it goes
cool.
back on top. But no,
Pretty sweet.
you do not get to play an instant before it goes on top of your library.
You can respond to activating it, I guess.
Yes,
But
you can definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're drawing that instant, that instant cannot be played
Yeah.
in any shape before time resolves.
Yeah. It's not gonna work, right?
It's an instant, but it's not that fast.
Yeah. Alright, attack with Baleful Strix. I feel like we're gonna see some more shenanigans this turn.
Yep, David's deck
Yeah,
kicking into
Thrag Tusk, why
fifth
not?
gear here.
Phil might be scooping him up fairly soon.
Probably a turn or two after he keeps wiping with engineered explosives.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this is
yeah.
recurring nightmare sacrificing Thrag Tusk to get back Baleful Strix. Just as the cards were designed to be played with. Glacier drawing a mystery card. And I guess that's a beast token.
Ooh, that's a vital piece. That's a very important one. Can we chain something?
What was it?
It was just a visionary.
Okay.
But it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a long road.
Yeah, you gotta get some more help here.
But another elf. Another something else.
I've seen crazier things happen. He hasn't drawn a glimpse this game.
No, he hasn't. But he's never had too many creatures in his hand either. So it's
Right.
not one of those elf games.
Not one of those good elf games. At a point, though, he was looking like he was doing all right.
He was poised for the turn 3 natural order.
That
so-
Cabal therapy was backbreaking.
Yes.
On
yes.
Gleicher's turn 2, I think it was.
And getting rid of that visionary right there was very key too.
It was, yeah. I mean, Gleicher gave Phil a lot of time to do anything meaningful.
Yeah. And, yep, getting the symbiote.
All right.
Yeah, get to draw at least one more card here.
Yeah,
At least
he
one
can
more.
tap
Yeah, Cradle for 5.
Cradle
6.
for a bunch, but he can only bounce the Visionary once currently, unless he like drew into something relevant.
Cradles for 5.
I mean, Gleicher is still on a low life.
Cast that with 3 floating.
That looked like a Crane Ranger, I think.
Wirewood Channelers, I believe. Or whatever that thing is. Wirewood.
Symbiote? Do you think it was?
No, it's the one with like the ones holding hands or something. It's one of the mana elves.
Okay.
That it takes 2 to like make any color or something.
Oh, Birchler Rangers.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm like
Yeah,
Channeler.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, that's not Channeler, but
Right.
that's another card. Too many elves.
All right, and a passing of the turn. So this has to be a get back engineered explosives turn, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again.
It's gonna be brutal.
This explosives has done work this game.
Well, at least this turn the symbiote can actually bounce the current ranger and like save one of the elves, or probably the visionary, not the current ranger.
He can leave the visionary around because it costs 2.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to really wants to draw a card. I could see saving the.
That's.
It depends.
It's probably gonna be at 1. It's probably gonna be like a layered engineered explosives. Just so the next 2 turns of just engineered explosives.
Yeah, maybe he'll activate it multiple times on different costs. What is this? Alright, I think Phil just took that attack. I think it was a hit for 5. Click. Curry Nightmare, getting back Thrag Tusk, sacrificing Ewit. Gleicher gonna gain some life. Every turn is just
Who needs a birthing pod? You got a
another
reoccurring
nail.
nightmare.
Yeah. Crimson Viper asks, why hasn't Elves beaten this down yet?
This foo down. This foo.
It is really just Cabal Therapy taking the one action card that Phil's drawn this game, which was the Natural Order. He hasn't drawn a Glimpse.
And a visionary.
He did, yeah, he didn't.
Flashback.
He,
Oh, it was
yeah, the
disgusting.
flashback on Therapy hitting the Visionary was huge.
That's pretty disgusting. But yeah, Silverman has not drawn very well since then.
Yeah, he drew a bunch of lands in a row after that initial interaction. And then Gleicher getting this engineered explosive out of his deck and having one main deck also was just extremely relevant.
It's definitely going to be an engineering explosives turn. Definitely
Yeah.
for 1.
Getting some more lands out of his deck as well, so
Probably bouncing that ranger.
yeah.
Let's not play here.
So it's probably going to set it to 1. He wants to get rid of the symbiote.
I can't see it.
Oh,
being-
sets it to 2. Okay.
No, it's
Nope.
No, it's
All
all
right.
right. It's just tapping me before.
Gotcha. Oh, crap. I did not do the round timer again because I'm terrible. I think it's around, no, probably 35. Sorry, everyone. No. How's it going, Mark? Did you win? You're 3-0. Our conquering hero, Mark Umanis, is 3-0 with Mud. What did you play against this round?
Reanimator.
Is that
Okay.
It's a buy.
That's
really?
pretty good for you.
Oh, Chalice and 1.
Yeah,
is-
Chalice and
Chalice,
one.
Trinisphere, and
Yeah.
then Tormod script out of the board.
Sure. Pretty good.
And Lodestone gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lodestone, yeah.
Are you playing 4 Lodestone today?
Correct the round. Yeah, 4
Oh,
Roadstone.
Not that.
Well, this seems to be a lively match that you guys are commentating.
Yeah, Gleicher is just going through recurring nightmare circles, and Phil is slowly dying. So, it's kind of sweet.
Did
'cause-
Phil actually pick up anything with the Wirewood symbiote? when it was.
I think he must have.
Because I see the Quirion Ranger in there, which is weird. Which was my first suspect.
Yeah,
maybe he saved the nettle, but he doesn't seem to have a hand, so he seemed like he just let them all die. I could have easily bounced one of them. He could have even been the Visionary, actually, just to draw a card, like I was saying.
I wonder what that morph is.
That Birchler Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
If I was Phil, I would probably save time right now. Just skip.
Yeah.
This is not going to be good.
I guess
he
for
can
Phil,
he can wait one more turn.
If Phil, this is game one.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at redoing the overlay. This is why I have to cast with you, Mark. I can't do it. All right,
Greg's
Phil.
old-fashioned. He needs knobs and stuff on his screens.
See, I had to update it again.
Give me that mouth. Give me that mouth.
8 hit OK.
Okay.
All right, game one goes to David Gleischer. Oh.
Boom.
What
Got it. It's just somebody trolling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you guys got to stay on top of this shit.
I never banned
Didn't seem
anyone.
that bad.
I never banned anyone before.
He was like, he said like the N word like 8 times.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. He's like, gotta eat booty. Gotta eat that booty.
I mean, I can't disagree with this guy on that statement.
And you know.
I don't know.
Probably can.
I'm from the Southwest. I hear it enough. It's like it's not even a thing to me. It's like that's probably why I didn't even notice it.
Chat is an extension of the red line, right?
Oh, jeez. All right, well, I'll let you guys go back to...
So you're probably just... Do you know who won the other 2-0 match? It
you're
was...
looking at it
Oh,
on
you're
camera.
right, you're right.
Better not forget.
I guess both of these matchups... Actually, Pod's probably bad for you.
No,
Pod's
Mitch,
bad for me.
you
Yeah.
definitely spelled it correctly. You
Elves
spelled it
is
without
good.
the R. Forget without the R. That's probably correct. It's forget. Not forget.
Wait, is there somebody else that needs to get banned?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. It actually does not need to get banned, but.
All right.
But
I'll sit in with you guys for the rest of this match. So what do you guys think they're going to bring in?
Wait.
I think Phil probably doesn't have much of anything for this.
No.
This is definitely not on the radar.
He might have Grafdigger's Cage.
I see he has Null Rod in his deck right now.
That's a good one.
Wait, who would have Grafdigger's Cage?
Phil.
How could Phil play Grafdigger's Cage?
I don't know. It
It's
seems
very-
bad. Shut up,
That's why
Greg.
you board in
Why
against
would
Elves.
So he's boarding out his Green Sun Zenith. Look.
Greg, why would you suggest
I don't know.
Grafdigger's Cage?
I
It's
don't
a
know.
terrible suggestion.
I don't know why I said that. I think
God.
Gleischer's probably bringing in
right.
some number
He's taking out forces, and then he'll spellbomb, some graveyard chain, bring it in.
Here, let's see this really quick.
I imagine Pernicious Deeds would be good here.
What was
if he's
Chad?
playing them.
What was Chat thinking? The Mr. Dumb Mother. Hello. Have you guys called these out?
Sure.
Oh my God. AOFHS. Thank you for following. Angel Voraskachika. Thank you for following. Sean Hain. Thank you for following. Dumb Mother. Glad you're here. And the Mr. Guy. I'm pretty sure they've already followed, but glad you're here as well.
The Mr. guy. I thought it was Teamer guy. But alright.
Somebody's saying surgical, I guess. Or Jeffrey's saying surgical, but I don't know. He's got a lot of one-ofs.
There's a lot of one-ofs.
I guess it gets rid of whatever Recurring Nightmare is going to target.
Elves brings in Surgical.
Yeah. I don't
They
know.
don't
Possible.
usually play it.
The Abrupticate seem fine. Like I'm sure Phil has some in his deck.
Hashtag free Barker 6. Maybe. Maybe. Toe drug. Thank you for following. How is Pod and Legacy? We got it. It's terrible in chat. I don't know. David does well with it.
He said it's great now.
But I mean, he's also like the only person I've really seen ever
Play it.
like play it.
I mean, he got it from Durward, and they've been basically Durward gave up on it, and Gleister's just been playing it.
Yeah.
Pop up, peep, pip, pop, pop, pop. I'm glad you're here as well.
Why the sad face though?
Yeah, I know, because I'm sorry I didn't. Anybody else that wants a shout out, watch, we're gonna blow chat up, or they're gonna troll me by not doing anything. If anybody else wants a shout out, let us know. I'll make Greg give you a shout out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh damn.
Alright, turn one.
So,
Death Right out of Phil. His best start. Glacier looks like he has Pithing Needle boarded in. He also has Veteran Explorer in hand. And a Death Right of his own, exactly the same as last game.
The best stars. Crimson Viper wants a shout out from you.
Crimson, how you doing? Actually, Greg, shout it out. Shout out Crimson. Shout out Crimson.
Shout out.
You only get the most heartfelt love from Gregory.
Yeah. That was precious.
Definitely making some free Baker 6 t-shirts afterwards.
Oh my god.
Phil committing more to the board here.
Dark Horse, hello. Amy Games, hello. I'm just gonna I'll come up with a new voice every time I see something.
Yeah.
Just a new voice.
It's kind of just been the same girl voice.
Shut up, Greg.
All right.
Oh.
I preferred the girl voice.
G-Con, thank you for following.
All right. Glacier naming Wirewood Symbiote with that pithing needle. Fortunately, he pointed to it, so he made it easy for us.
Not the 3 Deathrite Shamans in play.
Yeah. This is like the typical thing that you would needle anyway in the deck.
That's a pretty good one.
Ouroborean, finally, you don't get a shout out.
No, that's reverse psychology, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't get a shout out. They just get me mocking them.
I agree.
All right. But you got to mention the reverse psychology. It's not working here today.
So
Phil able to attack with Wirewood Symbiote because of Pendlehaven.
why don't we bring Wirewood Symbiote up?
Sure.
And that way, because I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a 2-2 for a quick second. And then you were like, oh, wait, no,
That
Pendle.
would be Busto.
That little insect right here, he's harmless. That's not
Yeah.
I
true.
hate this fucker. He's the one that reoccurs fucking.
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
true.
like
a shaman.
He's definitely the
Best
stuff
card in the deck.
the elves get their drugs from
Ugh.
to turn out the next level here.
And there that shaman be.
This is the land that's allowing Phil to attack into Death Rites
So,
with 1/1s.
Is it just, so David's at 18 right now? Is that, he's only attacked once?
I missed what was taken. I presume that he took
Yeah.
he took the 2 here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
sure.
pretty sure. Because the only thing in his graveyard is the Pithing Needle,
Okay.
which the Reclamation Sage came in and hit.
Yeah.
I'm not even watching this game, Greg. How I know this shit's going on?
I was typing.
So wait, someone make that happen? What are we making happen? I don't even know. Greg's actually being diligent now. He's all about this life.
Yeah.
All about that life. About that life. Greg, sculpt in chat. I want to see.
My God.
I want to see.
How am I supposed to do both? They're so far away.
No, wait, no, scroll back down. Scroll back down.
I hate all of this.
Greg sucks Mark Rocks.
Hey, girl. I have no idea. I don't know anything, Mark. Oh, it's 3-2? What? I don't understand. What's 3-2?
I don't know. The match record? I don't know.
He should be at 17. It should be 3 damage.
Who's at 17?
Well, Glacier is at 17
Yeah.
now.
What do you want from me?
He's at 16 now.
Oh, he fetched. God damn. Wait, no. I had that. I had the fetch.
Yeah, I saw you put the fetch in.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
you're a beautiful man.
Where would one more point be coming from? I don't think it's coming from anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see anything exiled.
It was attack for 2 and then a fetch.
Yeah. I believe
Unless I
that's it.
missed something else.
No, the Shaman's definitely doing
Oh wait, did he have
Oh,
to?
it was attack for 3, not 2, is what it said?
No.
That can't be the case, no.
There's
Unless did this attack the other turn? No.
no.
This is an attack for
just symbiote.
2.
All right. Oh, there's a Wirewood, and then a Nettle
Did
Settlement.
what?
So it's 2 more. 2 more.
What? Nettle Sentinel attacked another time?
Yeah, I guess so. That's what chat's saying.
Well, Wirewood's
It's
got
a
pumped,
useful
though.
resource.
Wirewood got pumped, though.
Wirewood did get pumped.
Well, we
Yes.
counted it as 2, so
And,
hopefully that's right.
Nettle
This
Sentinel
just got double blocked and a
triple blocked.
triple.
Man, we need
Yeah.
some walkie-talkies for some next 2.
And all right, so we're gonna see some mad Deathrite Shaman on Deathrite Shaman action.
Layers.
That could be sexy.
That stack.
I don't know.
No, probably not.
But they're Deathrites. I don't know.
It's an
They're-
elf.
But is it? Oh, it is an elf, isn't it? Yeah. There's a Skoos. Hey, Mr. Skoos.
It's pretty good against Glacier's deck.
Yeah. Just gonna eat
One of the
everything.
sideboard cards that was really good.
Ate it. Eat it.
Gone.
So the Glacier did eat one of the lands, so I guess he would have floated one of the mana. But then I guess Phil moved phases? in order to...
I believe Phil wanted to use his death right, and then he responded by removing the land so he doesn't get the death right.
Yeah, but David would have had a mana floating, so I'm wondering why David didn't just activate the other death right that he had in order to eat the death right.
I don't know.
That's what I'm questioning.
I don't know.
Phil got the life out of that, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, because it did get removed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why David didn't make that play, but maybe he made the wrong color mana, or who knows.
Could have just cast that second death right.
Sage going after Strix here.
Yep. It was bounced into turn with the Wirewood symbiote. All that kind of fun stuff.
Phil's in good shape this game. He just needs a way to close it out.
It's not too bad right
He's
here,
handling
David.
the board.
David needs a sack outlet to get this Veteran Explorer into his deck.
Good night, Cook.
Accelerate.
Peace out, Cub Scout.
Yep. Shiny things. Thank you for following. Much appreciated.
David offering up the Veteran Explorer to a Scavenging Ooze attack.
We're just busy getting back some Nettle Sentinel.
Why Nettle Sentinel? Why is Nettle Sentinel getting drugs?
He's the one fucking untapping all the time on speed.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So Phil getting... Like, that's why I wonder how good Veteran Explorer is, because Phil's going to get a lot of lands, too.
He doesn't have... I mean, he only has certain, like, scenarios where he needs that much mana, and Glacier is really mana hungry.
Okay, sure.
Like, if Phil can win the game with just, like, a pretty small board... Like, having 2 more forests doesn't do a ton. He can still cast his most expensive spells with, like,
it's really
2
great
lands in play.
It's great right now with that ooze in play. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
it
and
is exciting to
that's
use.
kind of what I was thinking, too.
So he gained 2 more life, it looks like.
David's going to need some help here. It's a little bit behind.
I mean, if he could just kill the Skoos.
I'll kill your Skoos. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
It's really hard to kill that Skoos. It's really hard. Does Phil want to respond
Glacier
to this?
trying to eat.
He can gain that life. Phil's like, nah, I'm not going to fight over it.
So Glacier did get the life there, it looked like.
Okay.
Oh, these therapies look so garbage. David's
Yeah, they're not great at the moment. What is this?
4 Jades?
This is a pod.
Or Glenalandra.
Pot will be pretty cool. That Wild Symbiote's jamming that plan.
Do you? Yeah, I because just the way he tapped it, I was kind of thinking Glenalandra just because he left a mana open.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get natural ordered out.
It's about the worst thing.
Phil going to 21 though. Doing that little fetch to fetch. Steven, are you going to Indy?
I'm PTQing that week. I found out that there's a PTQ in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice. Like a legit PTQ?
Like a real PTQ.
Not a Dragon Ball's PTQs?
Can't plan those. I literally can't.
Those just seem like miserable. I hate that new form.
I'm glad I won the first one that came out, and I was just like, yep, I don't have to worry about these no more.
Must be nice.
Oh, you won a Dragon Ball's GP PTQs?
Yeah, I won the first one from Nerd Rage Gaming the weekend they first had it. I was like, sweet. Backdoored that one.
Now you have to go to another...
Regional PTQ? Yep,
yeah.
That's the thing. At least I get a full Lily out of it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's some incentive.
Yeah.
So...
the odds are reasonable, too. You just have to top 8 it.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming the size gets... it's
I
good
mean,
enough.
Chicago should be big enough, right?
Yeah, unless there's a bunch of people I heard going down to the South, Kentucky, I don't know, wherever it was.
I don't think that's smart.
Nuts.
And...
I'll be scared.
That's a hoof.
Yeah,
Killing Glacier. Game 3.
Yeah, Phil did some Elvish Visionary shenanigans. Tapped a few things, played a cradle, played hoof. David picked it up as soon as it came in.
The way that game was playing out, Glacier just wasn't really doing anything super meaningful.
Nah, he was pretty much just a fluttering Magikarp fish.
I'm a fluttering Magikarp fish. Yeah, no, that's what I was wondering about with like Phil, because giving Phil all that mana, and especially since David does have stuff that does target the
I don't think
like
choice.
Glenalandra. But I know,
it
but
was
like
just backed into your corner.
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
Yeah,
that's why I just wonder how good.
Yeah, that Veteran Explorer is only good in the first 2 turns.
Did he take out the Grave Titan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Really?
He's not winning the game by like just smashing.
Oh, I guess Crater Hoof gives trample as well. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that doesn't actually do enough.
Yeah.
He needs to
reoccur
basically,
explosives.
he needs to take apart Phil's board, like again and again.
Yeah. That would Gibson really laid on the good night Cook. I want to buy some packs, talk you out of it. Yeah, packs are a waste of money.
Yep.
Done. Crimson, it happens. I want to get those shirts in. I got so many mediums since everybody's a fucking medium.
I'm a medium.
I know you are.
When are they coming?
I have to go pick them up Thursday.
Sick. So I can wear it during the tournament?
Yep.
That's
That's the idea.
Those WUBRG.
Yeah, so if anybody's...
Oh, shit.
So Death Right.
This has been the same thing the first 2 games as well.
Yep. This is the typical start here.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Always drawing your best card.
And if anybody is going to be at Indy, come find me. We can talk about some shirts. FYI. Just putting that out there. I need Monastery Mentor, though. I need a playset. Hey, guys, should I buy a box of Modern Masters? What's the...
Modern Masters 2? Yes. Buy 2 boxes.
Wait, of Modern Masters 2 or 1?
1 is expensive.
Yeah, buy 2.
Well,
Buy 2 of
I
2s.
mean, I guess it depends on the price of the deck. Or of the box.
Assuming that we're talking about, like, average retail.
Nope. It's gonna be. It's gonna get it for $100.
All right.
Would you buy it?
I would do that.
Would you buy it?
Yes, I
Nope.
would.
I bought it already. Sorry, Greg.
All right. Sounds good for you.
Okay, you got David's fetch. Man,
I did.
I was at a thrift store. I always have like fantasies of going to a thrift store and finding like a box of Alpha, just marked for $30 on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Never
it's
happens.
not gonna happen.
Never happens.
I have that fantasy with because Marianne and her mom run estate sales.
Yeah.
So I have fantasies about finding a collection.
And then
It could happen. I keep telling myself it could happen.
it could. I actually have seen it a few times where people were cleaning up
So-
places
Yeah.
and just found stuff.
Glump's coming from Phil.
Envelope.
Oh,
Kept contained in an envelope.
there you go. We gotta. Let's pull that up.
Envelop.
Yeah. See what's going on there.
Sweet one there. For you folks that don't know.
And wet paper. I'll be doing some T-shirt giveaways. So you'll have your chance that way. Because that's how I do.
I believe Rick Ross packs crack and not cracks packs.
Wait,
and
what?
he's on his cell phone. But, that's just my guess.
Yeah. That seems debatable.
Hey, I just started playing Magic on Saturday and was wondering what packs are better: Fate Reforged, Born of the Gods, or Cons. I'd say Cons.
Cons.
Definitely cons.
Yep.
Also, the cards will be relevant for longer. I got this fetch.
Also, Born of the Gods is probably the worst set ever. There's only 2 good cards out of it.
Vermaz.
That's it. If it's even up there, and then Mana and
Well-
Corsair,
Sure.
which has been reprinted by 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, like just the fetch lands and cons make it worth it because I mean
Yeah.
that's gonna be those are used in every single format. Like it's gonna be good things.
Also, if you're just getting into the game and maybe getting into Standard, which is the most popular format, then cons cards are going to be around for longer than
Born
the
of
previous block because, rotation happens every 2 years, or every year. Now it's going to be every 6 months coming up.
So Phil's gonna take 2 from the Deathrite Shaman.
Cool.
Phil went to activate and David activated in response.
Sure.
Yep. It's weird how those Deathrite Shaman battles go. It's like, I'll get your envelope.
Now Phil eating the envelope.
That was this fight, the whole...
Can I have an envelope?
It's an envelope.
Nope, envelope.
The emphasis is on the second syllable.
I don't know. Steven's saying envelope. He looks like a smart guy.
Yeah.
I'm saying envelope.
Envelope. Envelope and envelope are both spelled with a third E.
You got the proof. Oh.
He's probably... Nah, Greg Schaefer's correct. I thought they had an E on there. I thought it'd be sweet.
So, Murder's Redcap.
That's still available, though. They can still make a card called envelope.
Yeah.
It's just a giant...
Just be an artifact.
So this is interesting. David played Murderous Redcap targeting Wirewood Symbiote,
Yeah.
and oh wait, never
Can't
mind.
bounce
Wirewood
himself.
Symbiote is not
He's not
an
an
elf,
Yeah.
so
That's
it is an
the-
insect.
Yeah, it's the only thing that he could profitably kill.
Yeah, Aquarian
kill.
Ranger. You want to pull up Aquarian Ranger?
What?
Huron Ranger.
Yeah,
What about it?
pull it up, and so they can see why it was the only profitable target. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, son? You know what I'm saying?
No, wouldn't pulling up Symbiote accomplish that?
Oh, sure.
This doesn't save anything.
Oh
on the
yeah,
board.
no, it's untap a creature. Never
Come on,
mind.
Mark.
Don't pay attention.
Come
to
on,
me.
Mark.
I'm 3-0.
Not with elves.
Not with those, correct. Oh, another Wirewood Symbiote. You know, sometimes you got it. And another Nettle Sentinel. So Phil's pretty close to being able to just have all the mana in the world if he finds a Heritage Druid. Is that Thragtusk and a Phantasmal Image in David's hand? Oh, that's so exciting.
I think he's gonna Phantasmal Image the Murderous Red Cap.
Yeah, I see that happening right now.
To kill the symbiote.
Yeah, before Phil's board gets out of control right now, because Phil's 2 cards away from just going stupid.
And it'll still have...
He just doesn't have an action spell is the problem. Yeah. Oh.
It's going for the pod, though.
So David going down to 15.
What's he getting?
Yeah, the exciting thing is, though, with the Phantasmal Image is that it still has Persist. So even if it does get targeted and sacked, it's going to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So
this is pretty gross.
Oh, yes.
I thought pod was banned.
Crimson, no giveaway tonight. There is only Swagtusk. That is true.
So Glacier is trying to decide what he is podding away, I think. I think you can pod the red cap, kill the symbiote with the persist, and get a 5.
No, he's not doing that.
I guess there's no relevant 5.
I definitely saw him getting rid of that tricks and getting possibly the Trinket Mage to get these engineered explosives.
Oh, sure. All right.
Is he still running Titania?
I assume so.
75, I believe so.
Yeah.
Probably not relevant this game.
He had main deck Trinket Mage and engineered explosives.
Oh, sweet.
I wonder if that was a local metagame call or if he just respects the fair decks that much.
I don't know. How do you feel about that with Death and Taxes?
I'm not a fan. It's gonna rain.
Cracking packs? Tommy.
It's about to get real bad for Silverman if he doesn't draw a glimpse or try to do something.
He needs to kill him ASAP.
He needs to get these 2 nettles going right now.
Yeah.
He's got it all. He's got a Cradle in his hand. He's got a Symbiote. He's got a Cradle
He has
a Green Sun Zenith.
I think he's just counting.
Yeah.
Oh, he must not have Cradle. Yeah, because Cradle would just kill immediately.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it wasn't a Cradle I saw.
Phil's going to gain 2 life?
Yeah, I wonder why.
And David doesn't fight over that, which is interesting. Oh, he does have a Cradle.
There was a Cradle I saw.
Oh, so David can't gain the 2 life. Okay. But does that even matter, though?
Oh, he's just killing pod with Rex Sage. I guess he didn't have the mana, and he thought another activation was just going to be too awful.
That's fine. I mean, his Cradle's going to get used again next turn.
Yeah, there's no lands in the yard for...
Does he have anything to use the Cradle towards next turn?
When he gets injured in explosives, you're gonna have to bounce your probably.
Right.
So
I guess
you got your current range.
He was just short on mana that turn in terms of just getting hoof and killing him.
And Crimson, we'll see you later, man. Yeah, so he's just gonna do this at 1, right, and then pop it. Yep. So
he can pick up. Yeah.
Oof. Rough.
Ye old 5 for 1.
Yeah, he was definitely short of a mana source.
5
for sure.
for 3. I guess.
Deathright had no lands in the graveyard to
Yeah.
Actually pick up the extra mana he needed or two.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Phil was not counting on that.
No, so Phantasmal Image copying Murderous Red Cap, which is going to do the 2 damage to the Reclamation Sage. Reclamation Sage going to die. And then Phil's going to take 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Redeploy some dudes.
Yep, we're getting in
bash
now.
for 6. Oof. This is when you race.
Mm-hmm.
So Phil's at 9. All right.
2-turn clock. Glacier seeing if he can speed it up at all. I think he has a Thragtusk in hand, right?
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seems like that's.
I mean, that
cast.
puts David, out of range, certainly, right? So David's up to 18 now.
Oh,
Swag test for life.
And I got to go split with David, so I'll see you guys later.
He might say no.
Oh,
He's
God.
smart.
I
Probably.
hope he doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, Phil.
Is that a thought hemorrhage in his?
No, that's a Progenitus.
Okay. I was like, what
This
is going
is
on in that gold
one
card
of the
there?
reasons why I stopped playing Elves is I drew the Progenitus a lot, and it sucks.
For Gibbs. Yes, Engineer Explosive just took out Phil Silberman's team.
Yeah, it took out, looked like 5 creatures.
Those 5 or 6 creatures with the Gaia's Cradle in play, and he even had a Green Sun Zenith in hand, but it didn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, so That definitely changes some things.
Well, I think Phil will concede. Phil's not a dick like that. Also, I think Glacier can close this out.
If he's behind on board and can show it, then I wouldn't be surprised if Silverman scoops it. He's not.
Yeah, Phil's.
At these local amount of games, like it's not a PTQ here.
Yeah.
Might not run into no scumbag Steves here. That's not true. I've never scummed anybody out of anything.
Yeah. I'm a scumbag. All right, so this is turn 1 for Glacier. Sorry, everyone. I had the timing round very wrong. Unsurprisingly. All right.
We got these extra turns here, so we got plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah.
Glacier's going to get the better half of all these turns. He's going to get the last turn here, and he only needs maybe just 2 attack phases should be enough.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you ship... I think he's deciding whether or not he should attack with the Trinket Mage and if it's profitable. Like, he wants the Skoos to die. Right? I mean,
because the Skoos is a problem for the persist triggers that he's going to encounter here. But
he can safely attack with everything but the Trinket Mage for sure. It's just whether or not I think he sends the Mage as well, if that does anything. I think he's also counting how many creatures are actually in the bin.
Yeah, that is going to be...
Looks like a lot. It's going to be big. But, like, he has all these persisters, and if you can at least make him, like, lose the death rate. Like, the Querying Ranger doesn't really matter at all. No, it's just going to die whenever the first persist guy dies.
Yeah, that's the chump blocker in this turn. That's going to block that Thragtusk.
Yeah.
But...
I'm surprised. I think you send in with the persisters. I could be wrong.
No, they probably won't.
No?
This uses a 3/3, so it'll block any of those red cap things.
Yeah, it can be a 4/4.
And then it turns into a 4/4 while removing the guy out. So
this is just a swing for 5. No block.
No block by Silverman.
But
I like
then
it.
he gains 1 life, it looked like. 4 going to 5,
Silverman looking to win here, not blocking. He's got multiple death rate activations,
Going for the win is nice.
Well, still probably not losing it, rather than for the win.
Yeah.
But Silverman's no slouch, man. He's definitely a grinder, definitely a competitor.
He's got 2 float. Oh,
yep.
No, even more.
Yeah, sure.
Was that 2 more right there?
That was 2 more right there, I believe.
Do it all at once, Phil. Make it easier on me.
He's going to return a land for the symbiote to replay his land.
Christian Ryan in the chat. I hope you feel better. Alright, and a pass of the turn. So yeah, Phil...
Shiny Ting 7, thanks for following.
Looks like that was a Pithing Needle drawn for Glacier. Might be naming...
Oh, Jesus.
Death Right? I guess you wait to let Phil respond.
That's interesting what he might name here, but if I was him, I would definitely at least use the Ranger. Actually, you might not know.
Yeah, you might not use either, because whatever he leaves, then you can do something after.
Yeah, it's a little late.
What he named.
Yeah, it's a little bit late too, because that ooze is now 6/6/7/7 actually.
Yeah, if he had drawn it last turn, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, this might be a draw now.
So it seems like he probably named Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah.
And then gaining 2 life.
Yeah, that seems like the reasonable.
Alright, it looks like they're just gonna draw.
Yeah.
We might get a concession, but Glacier's not actually that ahead.
Yeah, he's not threatening to win over a few turns. He hasn't demonstrated any kind of lock, any of his like recurring shenanigans.
Yeah.
If he had any way to remove this Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, if he just drew an Abrupt Decay last turn. This turn it might be too late.
Yeah, there's nothing in David's graveyard. Yeah. There's nothing in his graveyard.
We believe Pithing Needles on Scavenging Ooze.
Should be.
Ian Farnung jumping in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out his boy, DG.
I am. First time commentating here. Much love, Ian. Much love.
Guys, they are in turns, actually. So that die at the bottom, the black one, is they are in turn 4. So if Phil can't get it done here, Glacier's going to have one more crack at it. we believe we have the life totals correct, but they have changed a lot in the past few turns. And for anyone who is unsure, that phantasmal image is a murderous red cap. So was that eating of a Quirion Ranger?
That was eating of a Quirion Ranger to put Silverman's total a little bit higher here.
He's gained a lot of life.
He has. That's the threat champion has been utilized with Quirion Ranger much more. I mean, this might actually get the concession out of David. He might ask for it afterwards, resolving this natural order here. He might never
gets Progenitus.
Yeah, he never gets to attack with it. But if David doesn't have anything in 2 answers, then he might actually just. Oh, well.
Well, this Scooz is gigantic.
Well.
So this is what 7, 5. So it's 13 plus 9.
I mean, it's
24
lethal
damage.
if he doesn't block it. It is lethal. But
yeah, I think Glacier can win. I think this is maybe Phil's way of conceding, because I think this is only 24 damage, unless I'm incorrect. And yeah, the Progenitus is in his hand. Because, I mean, that's where you want the Progenitus to be if you're playing Elves. Right? That's where you want it.
Yeah. He wants to get a Cabal Therapy somehow. And
yeah. Cabal Therapy himself. 3 for 1 himself.
So Crater Hoof Behemoth, what's the text on that? It gets +X equals the number of creatures you control.
Yeah, so it's only 9 extra damage here.
So it's a 5/5. It's a 5/5.
Right.
Pull up the sucker.
5 plus 7 plus 1 is 13, plus 9 from the Crater Hoof trigger total is only 24 damage, so.
Just needs 6 points of toughness, which he does have.
Right. He is going to be able to untap the Scavenging Ooze on Glacier's turn to block. So that's relevant, I guess.
He could do that. He could also get the extra activation here
from
his land, which is another point, which is actually 7
I think he already used Quirion Ranger this turn, actually. I think.
Oh, I just meant like just natural. Just
so that's actually just another point. Well, there's still the needle.
Okay, there you go. Damage resolves. David's at 1.
At 1?
I presume.
Oh yeah, I guess we. How did he block?
He blocked.
There was 24 damage coming across.
Strike Tusk.
No, 22.
Plus Trinket. Plus Markers.
It was 22 coming across minus
7. Trinket Mage is G2. Mortars are perhaps it's T2, and then 5/3 Strike Tusk.
So it was 16. Wait, 22 minus 7,
yeah,
you said?
Yeah, he'll be at 2. Yeah.
So 15. 2, if we think.
I believe that's 2. 2 or 1. I'm pretty sure it's 2 because that land, extra land was supposed to deal 7 damage, or like force him to have 7 toughness.
Okay.
Which he does. I don't know, 1, 2, whatever. it's.
Thanks, Dan. It's been a long day.
9 plus.
It was 22. I'm sorry. Oh, there's the Abrupt Decay on Scooz. Is this lethal now? He can untap the hoof? No, he has to untap an elf, right? Return to Forest to untap an elf on Quirion Ranger?
Does not have to be an elf, I believe.
Is it just a creature?
I believe so.
Creature. So, not enough damage. Yeah, not nearly enough, actually, considering the amount of life Phil had gained. They might be questioning now who is going to win.
Yeah. Chuck's like, nope, not have this.
Yeah, who knows?
And that's the.
All right, they're drawing.
Yeah, Chuck was not
having. They're just drawing. So they draw this round. If they both win next round, this actually screws up Mark's hopes. So he actually has to play the last round.
Possibly, yeah. Just
maybe we should put Mark on if he has to battle. Maybe.
What does the crowd think? You want to see?
We can come back to the booth now. So there were 2 2-0 matches. We just saw one end in a draw, and the other one was our fearless leader Mark McManus, who defeated his opponent. So he's 3-0, and Mark was hoping to draw with a winner from this match, but that's out the window. He's gonna play one of these 2, and he's probably just gonna have to play now.
Yeah, a little hard to draw the X1.
Yeah,
or XO1.
They're not gonna want to. So we might be able to get whatever that match is on camera. I kind of hope he plays against Glacier, because watching that pod deck go is kind of sweet. I guess watching Elves is fun too, though. Could be exciting.
I think Elves is the worst matchup
for Mark.
Against Mark, actually, because Mark has chalices.
Yeah.
And lock pieces.
For sure. Yeah, Pod seems pretty rough for Mark.
Okay.
Some other decks that we might be able to put on camera next round.
It's not going to be Battle Blitz, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll
I'll read
pass that
through
time now.
the decks that were 1-1, so we can see what might be 2-1 this round. We had Red White Painter against Ninjas. We don't know any of these winners just yet. I'm just going through some of the matchups we had. We had Sneak and Show versus Nick Fit Scape Shift. We had Storm against Bug Delver. We had Bug something against Death and Taxes. And so those were all of the 1-1 matchups. So we don't have the pairings just yet. That match went to time though, and we were right on cue getting our final round pairings. So we have Mark McManus versus David Gleischer, Mud versus Pod at table 1. I kind of want to see that one. At table 2, we have Elves versus Bug Delver, Phil Silberman versus
Tell Mark
Ned.
He's gonna go on.
Yeah, go tell Mark. Some other matchups we have include Kyle Houtman on Sneak and Show against Peter Kostopoulos on Reanimator. They are both 2-1. And Ian Gorel versus Bob Agra. Bob's on Red White Painter. Ian's on Bug. In the chat, people calling out, let's see, Mark. Yeah, Mark, he doesn't get to play that often. And when Mark does well, it's good for the stream. So let's get him on camera. Everyone clamoring for Mark. I like it. I can dig it. I'm sorry that everyone's losing out on Mark's personality being in the booth tonight. You had to put up with me. At least you got awesome Stephen Dang, but I can't replace Mark. I can't. Sorry. CM Dr. Mouse in the chat tells us that Red White Painter versus Bug is totally one-sided. I guess Painter doesn't want to play it against a Abrupt Decay deck, I suppose. Right? That makes sense? Jeffrey K says we should open that present that? No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know whose that is. That would be fun and mean, but oh, Gibbous says that Painter just needs to resolve a Blood Moon. Okay. Yeah, I guess if you get it real quick, the problem is resolving it and then not having open mana to Abrupt Decay, right? I guess Painter is the deck full of the trumps, and you put a lot of pressure on the Bug deck to answer all of those. Chat is telling me that my presumptions about that matchup were wrong. I really don't know a lot about Legacy. I just know a lot about Thalia. As for the match we are about to see, let's leave the booth, and I can get the overlay queued up for Mark McManus on the left, battling with Mud against David Gleischer on the Bug Pod. Unfortunately for Mark, the other 2-0 matchup was not able to complete. They ended in a draw, so Mark's 3-0 is forced to play round 4. Alright, just resetting.
What's David's Trinket Mage package going to be like now?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, we can leave everything on the right the same. That's awesome. Very conveniently, they sat down on the same side of the table.
Yeah, David wasn't moving. He was like, I won.
Yeah, this is my table. King of the Hill. Uroborea knows what's up. I was actually testing Rug Delver over the weekend.
Shame on you.
I wasn't actually going to play it in Indie. Just kind of testing the waters. I think Rug Delver is probably the most Death and Taxes like blue deck overall because it's so mana denial like slanted. Like I can get down with some Stifle. Still have Wasteland. Nimble Mongoose is sort of like Mother of Runes. I don't know.
I was a big rogue player before switching to Bug.
Yeah, I think it's still good.
No, it's still very, very good. For
Yeah.
sure. Like even with the Treasure Cruise made it, I thought it was
Fine.
For you folks that bought those card apes, put the upper lips. Too bad.
Yeah.
Put them back.
Goose is back and loose. Mark taking a mulligan here. I think this matchup's pretty rough for Mark, but Glacier has to find specific pieces.
Yeah, if he can find like a Reclamation Sage type thing for Glacier, like it'd be really good.
Also, Veteran Explorer is insane because Mark doesn't have any basics.
This is true.
Another thing is Chalice on 1 doesn't do a ton.
Does lock up a few of David's cards.
Yeah, it stops Cabal Therapy, stops Brainstorm. David dropping down to 19 here. Let's pull up some cards from these decks as opposed to Elves. I think I saw this card in Mark's hand, and we might see it on turn 1. I always love that art, too. Urza's block just had a great feel to it.
It did.
A lot of the cards were, you know, super unfair and busted, but...
That was when I started playing. In
Yeah.
the old days, yeah. So I learned about the ways of Grim Monolith the hard way.
Oh, so I guess we're seeing another piece of David's...
Trinket Mage package.
Yeah, it's either Engineered
There was a
Explosives
top.
or Divining Top.
Or a Pithing Needle.
We don't know if it was main deck.
This is true.
I mean, obviously, you know, you expand the package once you board with all those great 1-ups, but I imagine he's also only playing 1 Trinket Mage. He just kept drawing it, but... Alright, Glacier dropping down to 18 on turn 2.
This Monolith not having any plays, that's like quite a telltale sign. So quite a weak hand from Mark.
Yeah. And Glacier taking advantage and abrupt decaying it, trying to cut Mark off at the pass.
That's alright.
Another
Mark
one.
has another one, so it didn't matter there. But
Does he have a land, and does he want to play it? If you're not playing anything this turn, I'd probably wait till next turn, right?
I would.
Like, I don't know if he's really gaining anything.
I wouldn't.
Unless he has a 4-mana card to play this turn.
Yeah. And maybe he
Might
does.
be a
He's gonna name, it looks like a lodestone.
Sure.
Name's Golem with it. It is a Golem, right?
I think so. Let's pull it up.
I believe it is. I do
Not
know.
like a construct or
actually,
something?
It does actually have a creature type to it, so you actually can name Cavern off of it.
Golem.
It is. I knew there was a creature type
Cavern
to it.
naming Golem. For anyone who wasn't sure if we were going to see that tonight, now your
Can't stop it.
your bets have come in.
I think a lot of the old artifact creatures actually been errated to like either a construct.
Yeah, like Arcbound Ravager, I think, is a construct. Was not originally. Glacier fetching, killing himself quite handily. Deciding which land to fetch, which is relevant against Mark, who is playing Wasteland. And
This is probably the best start you can have as Mark here, having
the problem is that
as pressure.
Baleful Strix would be really, really good right now.
Phantasmal, I mean, just seeing David's hand. That'll be
That costs 3 though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But
What have we got here?
there you go, bring in the beats.
5. Yeah, not a bad start for Mark.
That transfer a little bit late here.
Yeah, it's still not too bad. This is a pretty bad brainstorm. Did Glacier top? Or is this end of Mark's turn?
This is end of Mark's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, he left 2 up with the intentions of Moonstone.
That looks like a lot of lands. I think
is.
Glacier also has a Grave Titan in hand.
Yeah.
Not too close to casting that one.
Not yet, anyways.
He
All the
might-
lands are there, though.
He might have to go ahead and Phantasmal Image this Golem just to try to stop getting smacked in the face.
It's very likely that's going to happen this turn. Unless he has a way to further advance his board another way. Birthing
Yeah.
Pod being one of them.
Is he taking... Nope, paying 3.
Nope. He's going to pot it away next turn.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he could also just trade.
Yeah.
It might be worse. I don't know if he can afford to keep taking these chunks out of his life total, though.
Mistress Factory only pumps up workers, right? They're not constructs.
Assembly workers.
Assembly workers to be exact by Schaefer's
Yeah.
expertise here. Wasteland.
Wasteland gonna go after the Bayou.
Ah,
That's fine.
that's-
I mean, he has 2. I think
2
taking the
seeds.
second green source is fine there, rather than the 3rd black source.
Yeah, the Bayou is definitely better than the tropical island.
Yeah.
It's slightly worse than the underground sea, which he has 2
Mhm.
of.
Did Mark not attack there?
I believe he's
It seems like he's passing, right?
topping right now. David's topping.
Oh,
right
he
now.
might not be. He probably floated the mana from the land that was wasted.
No,
Or no, it was tapped.
that land was
Huh.
tapped, but David's just rearranging some stuff.
All right, Mark did not attack.
Um,
That could come back to bite him.
You gotta like it when you're Glacier and
Yeah,
your bluff work.
your Phantasmal Image stonewalled. This is a pod.
And it's about to get bad right now. It's about to get real. That 5 mana card, what does it look for here?
Yeah, that jumps him up the curve a lot.
It's not gonna be
Does
Shriekmaw.
yeah, Shriekmaw can't hit artifacts, right?
Thrag Tusk, there you go. Boop.
Ah, that works.
Swag Tusk, yeah.
Yeah, I think Mark had to attack last turn.
He didn't know it, but yeah, he did have to attack. But his hand was weak. He didn't have a 3rd land source,
Yeah,
and he actually didn't have any other action besides his golem. So
right. So he was just super dependent on it.
yeah, what does Mark draw to get out of this?
I don't know.
Like,
We got to remember that 2 golems being, or I guess the golem's gone now.
one of them being gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Soul land, so you can untap
Probably
Monolith.
can't untap the monolith. Can't do some dumb stuff after that.
Yeah.
He's gonna need that worm coil engine if he has
Worm
one.
Coil helps. Glacier might be able to grind through it though. Oh,
Yeah, he's poised to definitely grind through it.
he can also decay the Monolith before it gets to untap here.
Very true. Now that birthing pod's definitely gonna be a thorn in Mark's side there.
Yeah, it's very good against him.
As far as a broken artifact goes, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Not in Mark's deck.
I told Mark to cut the Phyrexian Revokers from his main deck too. Hopefully he doesn't hold this against me.
I can name birthing pod.
Yeah.
I could name.
He was just so hell-bent on naming Liliana against bug decks. There is the Abrupt Decay.
Oh,
Gross. So Pod didn't activate that turn.
that's fine.
Oh,
He had to
because
spend 3 to
is the Grave Titan still stuck in his hand? Yep.
That's fine. He's just a land away from doing that.
Yeah.
I think it was just topping just to float.
Well,
the
he's actually
non-lands.
2 away because of the lodestone. Is Trinisphere? Sure.
All right.
A little late to the party.
Little late to the party indeed, but
Lodestone can't attack. I think they are figuring out what happens here. Trinisphere basically trumps everything that Lodestone does.
so if you brainstorm,
It's
I've
just
already-
gonna cost
it costs
3.
1 more, but it's gonna cost 3 because of the Trinisphere.
Yeah. So basically, Trinisphere overrules the other lock pieces.
But however, if you're playing a 3 casting cost thing, it does cost 4 if it's a non-artifact spell.
Mark laying a Mishra's Factory, which would be able to trade with Thragtusk currently.
Yeah, Mud just seems, I don't know. Why isn't Ugin in this deck? Just tell him to play Ugin.
Yeah.
Tell him to play Karn.
Ian is being very morose in the chat about how they banned Pod.
I feel your pain, Ian. I can't
Oh.
play Pod anymore in Modern either.
I feel so bad for you, Spikes, that got to play with this ridiculous tutor that you got to activate every single turn. I'm really sad that they took that away from you guys.
It means we were just doing the right thing. That's all. Everybody else, I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I played 1 GP with Pod, and I played against Tron twice, and
How'd that feel?
It didn't feel good.
Sounds awful.
It really didn't feel good. I was just like,
yeah, if you don't
this deck doesn't seem that good, but
no, it's not like it's not.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's one of the worst matchups.
I think so. Glacier drew a Brainstorm, of course. Pretty good.
The Trinisphere rule to convoke and delve. Well, it is an alternate casting cost.
This looks like a Grave Titan. Good grief.
The Ziggs, I also feel bad for the people who actually just build pod, because when people used to come in Art Score, I would tell them to build pod. Like, it was the best deck.
Yeah.
And I know at least 2 people that recently just put it together and only short a few cards, and that banning.
Well, now they just have to get Tarmogoyfs.
I just, like, already lost value on the cards I traded in to get this pod deck.
Yeah, it's
I'm
rough.
just like, oh.
That is kind of one of the downsides to Modern is...
I mean, no one saw it coming, so it's not like
Really?
we conspired. I mean, I saw the pod ban coming, but not like this week.
Sure.
Maybe like somewhere down the line.
I mean, it could have been last year too. I don't know.
Oh, that sucks, Ian. Bought some Japanese foils for my deck. Got banned.
Perfect. I feel real bad for Ian and his Japanese foils. If they were foil Japanese siege rhinos, I think your investment is still safe. And if anyone's feeling really sad about not getting to see Birthing Pod activated so many more times under the bright lights, just root for David Gleicher this week in Indianapolis.
This game is over.
Yeah, this is gross. This is this is garbage time.
He is not coming back from this line here.
No,
it's not. No.
Gleicher will be joining us in the car down to Indianapolis this weekend. He said he wanted to go because if we got snowed in like last year, he could potentially miss his flight to the Pro Tour next week.
Yes, this is very true.
So he wanted to make it be a sweat. Good schwitz. Got an attack from a Grave Titan. That's gross.
He's chump blocking with the land. That's
on the 2/2 it looks like, and is growing. But that has Death Touch.
Sure.
Oh no, that's the Thragtest token. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Mark taking
One more turn
6 from the Titan.
Yep.
Grave Titan's a good card.
6-mana
what
Wormcoil,
on earth?
baby.
Don't think that's gonna be enough.
It's not, but I can block the initial Titan.
It's true.
Stop him from making more buddies.
This is
Unfortunately, I do agree that it's not enough.
Yeah. I mean, all he has to do is just keep swinging with the 2/2s, right? They have Death Touch.
The 2/2s actually do not have Death Touch.
They're
just
okay,
regular
okay.
2/2 zombies. The Titan actually has Death Touch.
My bad.
But I still think that's enough. If he swings with the Titan and all the tokens, he still has to block the... he doesn't have to block the Titan, but I would probably end up blocking the Titan, and then you left over with 6 2/2s.
Mm-hmm.
And Reclamation Stage with a pod in play, and
I wonder
you
if
have
there's
2 3/3s.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way he can get around it without actually having to give up the Grave Titan.
That's what David's looking for right now. If there's another way to remove this Worm Coil, possibly, or another chain he can get to add more damage after this, if he loses his Grave Titan.
Right.
Like
If there's...
like a recurring nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the card I was thinking of too. Solves all problems. Glacier.
Only in Legacy do you get the Birthing Pod 2 different ways. And get cheat creatures into play with recurring nightmare.
Mark
and
is
Birthing Pod.
he's lower than we thought. 12 to 6. Okay.
2 from the Ancient Tomb that he just took to cast his Worm Coil.
Oh. Well, I had Glacier's life completely wrong. Might be. Oh, wait.
He probably played
Just
some
did that
Phyrexian Life for some things. At least twice.
Yeah. Probably like 8 times.
But I still think Glacier's life total is, despite as small as it is, it's actually just out of reach for Mark.
Yeah, barring something crazy.
Yeah, well, Glacier has no life gain. I don't think Mark has any way to make his Worm Coil unblockable. And, yeah, he's in the tank, but
Yeah,
you
you
quickly realize that
cannot
you're
attack.
not going to get out of this one. You ain't got no all his dusts. That costs 7 mana too.
That would help. Yeah.
Oh, Zig's over here thinking the same thing I was thinking. Yeah,
If he could get Blightsteel Colossus, that could help. Maybe.
Taking 2 more points here. Got another 10. Got another Worm Coil? No, he doesn't. Just a Chalice 3.
Whoa.
Alright. That stops some things, I guess.
Is he just trying to stop a replay of the Sage or something?
That's one thing. Another thing is the 2 points that he took, actually, from this leaves him open to a Grave Titan all-in attack, and then on the second attack through the tokens should get through him. Even if he gets 2 3/3s, 1 lifelinking, 1 death touching.
Yeah.
That should be enough. Thanks, Mark.
10 to 8. I think that was an 8, right?
It looked like a 6 last time. I don't know. What
I
it was
thought it
time.
was too.
But it could be an 8 because he just activated Ooze twice.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
It's like Bark's Psychic. He's secretly cheating. He's just watching the stream in his pocket. Like, wow. Is there any delay on this, man?
Yeah, we have a 20-minute mark tape delay built in. This is a Baleful Strix getting potted away. I think he paid, he paid full retail for that. No life.
Yep. You know what? That
Ewit.
doesn't stop Chalice of the Void, buddy.
Yeah.
Probably that decay. No? Okay. Copy another Grave Titan.
Oh, why not?
Copy the Reclamation Sage. They're all good.
Sage blowing up Chalice. Okay. So I guess next turn.
Yeah, he's accumulating for the alpha. Like, he's just playing it the safer way instead of going all in.
What is the
possibly
3
open.
gonna do though?
He's just.
Like what does getting rid of Chalice do? Like, he could have blown up the Worm Coil.
Stops him casting Reoccurring Nightmare if he draws it.
Okay.
But if David has any way to bounce his creatures, he can cast Reclamation.
Yeah,
Sage
there
or
might be something that I'm not thinking of.
I don't know. It's a pod deck. Anything can happen.
That's very true.
That's the beauty of it. But yeah, him actually playing the Chalice overall probably didn't do too much. Maybe had to make David go through an extra loop and but he takes 2 extra damage because of it, and that might be his undoing. As every turn goes by, David just pods up more and more shit.
Yeah. Oops. Oh boy. I screwed this up again.
Yeah, that 3-lock could have stopped that Trinket Mage in hand that he has. As the Ziggs was bringing it up. Also stops Green Sun for 2. That's true. Although I don't think that was the. Oh man, we're awful on timers.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. I'm gonna say we have around 30 minutes left. Maybe 30. No, I'm probably 30, 32. It's been a while. I am terrible at remembering all of this, though. That is a Glenelendra Archmage.
Yep, locked out, baby. You're locked. This is a lock. And he realizes that the 2-turn attack on the Grave Titan is probably enough to
break through.
Yep.
What are these cards that Glacier has?
These are baseball cards, I believe. No, they're elf cards.
Some of
Just some random booster you just cracked while he was outside, probably. Yeah, I'll use these as my tokens. Sure, that trades. You get 2 cool Worm Coil Engine tokens.
Mark going up to 16.
1 white, 1 black. That's right. Doing it right. White one having Death Touch, of course.
Of course.
Not lifelink. And yeah, some life totals get adjusted here from marking 6. Well, it's not looking good here. Yep, strikes here. David doing blue things, drawing cards.
Yeah, why not?
Mark is just
drawing 1 card per turn.
Yeah, that's worse. Also, David has a board full of Elf cards, so not Alpha, just Elf. Elf zombies.
Oh god, that's like the scariest thing in the world. Just elf zombies.
I think this is about the time to pack it in.
I think so. If to preserve time, like he should probably pack it in. That's.
Yeah.
At this point, like he got 1 more turn, so it doesn't actually.
If you want to finish the round.
Yeah, this is pretty much
Forge
last.
Master.
All right, that's his last hurrah. But David's gonna crack over for possibly lethal, I believe, if he has any way to remove just 1 token actually.
Well, he can Trinket Mage for the. Well, I guess if he blows explosives on 0, then he blows up all of his own tokens.
Yeah,
he's
probably not
great.
He's not really doing that. I believe he's at 8 now. Thanks, Mark.
Who is Glacier?
I believe Glacier is at 8 from this ooze. Unless I missed a point, but it's all right. It's more important what Mark's at, because he's the one that's gonna die.
Yeah.
David just needs to find a pointer removal spell or something of some sort. Wish I had David's deck just to look through, just so I know like it's more of his lines.
Yeah. The problem is also that he changes it, like he tweaks it week to week, and it's hard to keep up.
That is a very good point, Mr. Tybucks. He casted that Grim Monolith for 2 mana when it should have been 3. Oh, that's an Ancient Tomb, right? That's an Ancient Tomb in the Caverns?
Yeah, it is. Well, but then he tapped the Monolith and 2 lands to play the Forge Master. So yeah, 1 more land should be tapped, actually.
Alright, I'll make a run if it matters. However,
I
don't think it
might be too late.
But
yeah.
it might be.
It might, yeah. Yeah, 1 less blocker is probably relevant. Thank you, Tybox. Gleiser just trying to set up for a kill here.
Any other scenario might have mattered, but that factory could have been blocking.
Yeah.
That actually does change a few things. Enough for me to get up and change it, yeah. Thanks, Mr. Tybucks.
Yeah, so he Trinket Maged for explosives.
We'll call Mark a cheaty face when he comes back down here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just crashing in.
Nah, David's got the math locked up. If David's going like that, I'd probably scoop. I wouldn't even add it up.
Tybucks does have our back.
Nathan Ader, Dr. Silky Pants, thank you for following. A little late on it, but it's only because we have such intense matches of Magic going on here.
Agio, thank you. Dogradrum, thank you for following. G-Con, thank you for following. Shiny Things, thank you for following. Nathan Aid, thank you for following. Dr. Silky Vans, thank you. I can't do it like Mark, especially not late at night like this.
It's alright, we got those other guys. It's only Nathan and Dr. Silky Pants we haven't addressed yet.
Alright. Well, thank you again.
Wait, movie voice guys plays Legacy? Oh shit.
Right.
I think he's referring to you. I bet he would probably cast... It would at least sound better if he was the one casting Legacy. I wouldn't know. Everything would just sound epic.
That's true.
Although he might be too slow for this fast-paced format. Too many things going on here. Too many things going on here. So
Mark is just adding this all up. I don't even know. I would just scoop. I don't want to.
This is why Schaefer does not win Magic games.
Yeah, pretty much.
He does have 14. Let's see. Let's see.
Glacier had this huge ass board.
1, 2. Reclamation Stage is a 2-power guy, right?
Yeah.
1, 2. I don't know what's on
It looks
stage.
like this is 4.
There's 10 free, and then that's blocking something. Oh, he's activating the file. They're still blockers, so they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, this attack doesn't look lethal.
It's just not. It looks like it leaves Mark pretty depleted.
It's going to be crippling, though, for
Yeah.
sure. If this attack doesn't get it, there's definitely no crackback that he has to worry about.
Yeah,
That's what they're
Mark's
figuring
just
out.
conceding.
Yeah,
he's not going to be left with much after this game.
He sees the writing on the wall, yeah.
For the sake of round time,
Yeah, which
Mark needs to win 2 games.
Yeah.
You know?
Granted, the games he wins are going to be fast, but
Right.
But
Yeah,
clock
Mark's-
management is very important.
I think Mark's definitely the aggressor in this matchup.
Yes, he is. He's definitely not the control. He's definitely the aggro in this. And actually, most matchups, he's actually the aggro deck.
Right. Presenting threats that the other deck has to answer.
Yeah, trying to stay one step ahead of his opponent the whole time. With
Yeah.
the sphere locks and such. But yeah, clock management is something I think every player needs to get better at.
I definitely do. I find it really hard at these like weeknight legacy events too, because like having an 8-hour workday and then going and playing legacy for 4 hours, it's, you know, by round 4 I'm definitely losing my edge. Call it that. There's only so many times I can activate Rishidan Port correctly before I screw something up.
Yeah, Tybuck's pointing out that he would have gone to 12 from tapping the tomb and animate both of his factories. So it's actually exactly lethal.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Tybucks. Basically just saved the stream.
I was
The integrity
I
of
was
the
actually
stream.
going to trust David Glacier's lethal attack. And I was like, he didn't attack with everything, so he
Yeah.
must got it.
Glacier. He's won like
he doesn't-
2 limited PTQs in the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, he does not miss little things like that.
Yeah.
For sure. He's definitely one of the better technical players in the game, in Illinois, actually.
Yeah, definitely regionally. I don't think he knows quite yet what he's going to play at the Pro Tour, but
For the shakeup. That's true.
yeah. I've heard some crazy rumors being thrown around. It's probably just going to turn out to be Abzan and Zoo and Twin and Affinity, though, right? Like,
Everyone's going to play their baby. And then everyone who was playing Pod before, I don't know what they're going to switch over to be honest. Because there's no deck like it.
yeah, not really.
Could play the Lilies in like this mid-rangey junk shell, which is not bad in a Treasure Cruise less format.
Right.
Play 1-for-1. Affinity's not bad. Always play Affinity. I mean, there's always at least one in the top 8 somewhere, top 16 lurking around. Like, so
Just
the deck's
about.
real.
You just have to have that personality that you're okay with losing to people's dedicated sideboard cards. And I'm not really that kind of person. Like, I just hate being completely shut out by sideboard cards. Like, common sideboard cards, too. It's like if you're able to stomach playing, like, Dredge and Legacy.
That's right. I think it definitely has a lot of decision for deck choices. What do you want to lose to?
Right. It's sort of like, are you the kind of person who's capable of playing mono red and standard and being okay with it? Like even when mono red's a good deck, usually there's still like pretty severe trumps that if your opponent draws these specific cards, you're probably just boned, you know? And I find it tough to stomach playing that kind of deck in especially a long tournament.
Yeah, and that's why I think why the mid-range decks are very popular with like a lot of people, because it doesn't lose to anything, but it can lose to everything.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't like to like just lose to something.
That's definitely fair.
Right. You can only get Shatterstormed or Stony Silence so many times before your
First turn.
sanity starts slipping away.
First turn Revoker, probably just preemptively naming Birthing Pod.
I would imagine.
It's either that or top, but it's even harder to name top when
Yeah.
you know there's only one in Glacier's deck.
Yeah, and Pod being probably the best card in Glacier's deck, and definitely being a 4 of.
It's naming pod.
Yeah.
I figured as much. We'll
Thanks.
give Mark some credit.
Thank you, Phil.
Phil chiming in here. Did you win?
I did.
Ah, okay. So
I attacked with all 4 Nettle Sentinels against Stalker.
So you are 301.
I am 3.
you might. Mark does. He's down a game.
I would say if the combination of Glacier and I both playing horrifically,
It didn't seem too bad.
I had a couple of loose plays. I savagely punted away that first game by returning that.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
yes,
the one
yeah, we
thing we
noticed that.
saw.
The worst part is I saw that play, thought, don't do that, immediately did it.
Immediately just been like, nah, I'm fighting over this
Didn't
Death
think
by
about it.
Shaman battle.
I was just like, no, I'm gonna get him on this. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I like put it in my hand and I'm like, why did I do that? Horrible.
Yeah, Glacier's just like, I'll just name that thing.
Yep, it was horrible.
Yep.
Our very own Phil Silverman.
My guess was correct. That was a severe
Yeah.
misplay there. Didn't expect the next leveling of David Glacier here. But I assure you, this guy is a ninja when it comes to playing Magic. He will find his way to beating you.
Indeed. Ooh. Going after the mana.
This is exactly the game Mark wants to play.
Mark really needs like a lodestone golem to follow up.
Yeah, he doesn't want a lock piece or possibly a sphere piece or something like that.
He has
just
3 lands
flashes 4 lands in play or something in his
in hand. He has
hand.
3. I
Yeah,
think he
we-
was showing the camera, but I think he kind of showed Glacier
I
if
don't
he was
know.
looking.
I don't know.
Veteran Explorer is probably the best card that Glacier could have right now, though.
Yep, takes care of that Revoker real quick.
Makes the Wasteland not do anything. Not do much, at least. Sacks it immediately. Okay.
Yep.
Wonder what he's naming. Maybe Lodestone Golem? Or Metalworker? No, he couldn't have Metalworker because he would have put it into play.
Metalworker would have been in play already. Lodestone's not a bad choice.
He could also say, like... you could say Trinisphere doesn't really matter anymore.
He would have played that already,
That's
too.
true. Yeah, I guess what could he have in hand that he wouldn't have played off the Monolith? It's mostly like Lodestone or Forge Master.
Those are the only 2 cards that I can think of that are proactively whatever.
Ah. So he did not name Lodestone Golem. He probably named Forge Master. Mark does have a Lodestone in hand, though. But,
that's
but it's not going to do that much.
That's,
I mean, I guess he can
fixed.
still attack with the Revoker then.
Roka can still get there. This is going to be very rough for Mark knowing the contents of his hands here.
He's also taken 4. Play that Lodestone.
Yep. He does have an unburied whatever land.
Ooh, and he has a Metalworker fresh off the top, but he has no artifacts in hand.
It's completely useless. Just a 1/2 beater.
Yeah.
But he does have that land that returns an artifact to his hand, so that Lodestone Golem does have room to come back up.
Grind
Is it
it
a
out.
Pyrite Spellbomb I just saw in David's hand? It was part of the Trick Mage package, baby.
You've got to be kidding me.
I swear that was a Pyrite Spellbomb.
No, that's just an engineered explosives,
I
right?
got so excited now. I saw that orange tinge on it. I was like, that looks like a Pyrite Spellbomb.
This is a Rex Age killing a Lodestone Golem. That's
like-
pretty.
I was like, you're a
pretty
madman, David
gnarly. Oh, he had to tap 4 for that too. And getting in there.
David Glacier not missing anything.
Why would he?
Nope. The guy's a machine. Yep.
Mark maybe gonna rebuy his Lodestone.
That's what I foresaw happening. Unfortunately, didn't get to trade with anything.
The life total is getting precariously
Yeah,
low
it's
though.
really, really low. Yep,
Drawing 2
showing
Ancient
that,
Tombs is
dumping that out.
not ideal.
No. This is the bad part of Mark's deck. It reminds me of like all in red, in that sense, where you pretty much just go all in on the first 2 turns, and you hope you just lock your opponent out long enough, and
Right.
you can stick like a big thing.
Yeah, it's functioning how like Shops does in Vintage.
Yeah,
Just
although this is close, nothing close to
explosive,
nothing
yeah.
close to Shop.
Ooh, this is a Jitte on an owl.
This game's over. Mark has no answer to this Jitte. He knows.
No.
Like, he knows. Jitte just answers this deck completely. Like, Mark has no answer to this thing.
Yeah.
Jitte
Playing against Mud with Death and Taxes, I know Jitte does work.
Yeah, Jitte, this game's over.
Well, he can't block. Okay. Some shenanigans.
Nope, just can't beat this Jitte.
It's gonna kill him in 2 attacks. Just get that metal worker out of there,
Yep.
I guess. Makes sense. Next turn. And he still just has gas in hand.
I would assume so. The 6 is all card advantage.
Yeah. Sort of like that ninja deck. But with higher impact single cards.
And the desperation attacks. David senses it, doesn't bite. David reads it perfectly here. Also, he has Jitte, so it actually does not matter.
Yeah.
But if I was David, I would definitely.
If Mark could get another Revoker, that would help.
Yes, another Revoker would definitely.
It would just be a temporary reprieve, though, probably.
Yeah.
It's pretty far gone.
Just prolonging the inevitable here. That's going to be David Glacier's hand, which does contain a Venser for any weird shenanigans I might like to lay down.
Mm-hmm. Tybucks is saying that Mark's at 8. I trust Tybucks.
Right. My new favorite guy right now. If there are Dojo sleeves, they just forgive them.
Mark's seeing if there's any way he can claw his way out of this.
I don't
They
see
believe
it.
that
Not without a sort of like something.
Glacier just drew an Edric. Why not?
I think Mark's deck needs some like swords or something just to like close like certain games out. Something. I don't know. These artifacts just don't seem like it's enough sometimes. But he is 3-0. I don't know. So you just stop like everybody else coming up this way.
His deck is not built up to play against a mid-range deck, really.
Most legacy decks aren't actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a real mid-range deck.
Yeah, Sarkaf's in like 5 mana 5/5s. Like, what does
How
Legacy
is it
do about
6?
that? Like,
How
without
did
their
I
swords.
I don't know. I thought I caught it in time. Guess we missed one. Thanks, guys. I thought I just took one off. I guess I was behind. He's not at
He's just
5.
scrolling.
Now you're. Tybucks, never listening to you again in my life. I'm telling Mark.
He's still my favorite guy right now. I don't know who you are.
Mark's at 20.
You've done some quality work here.
Yeah, reducing my sanity.
That's a card. I believe it's called Sanity Grinding.
Getting ground out. Put to the grindstone.
I see 2 more turns coming up for here.
2 turns?
2 more turns here. This trick's going to be lethal.
Alright, that makes sense. I think Glacier might just use these counters, though.
Yeah, Mark might just scoop after this anyways. Yeah, he knows.
Oh, moving over.
Yeah, he knows the deal.
That's what Veteran Explorer was originally designed for. Holding Umezawa's Jitte. Good grief.
You've been paying too many visits to the Nettle Sentinel.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to get some green mana somehow, man.
Too much of that Nettle wine.
Yeah, Greg's the drinker here. I'm the smoker.
Yeah. I have a problem with Nettle. Too many Nettles.
Well, he's holding it in his claws.
Oh.
Oh.
Right on time. That Staff of Nin.
That's...
He can ping that Veteran Explorer. He can ping whatever is holding the
He can
Jitte.
ping everything.
He's
That
nerfed
is,
the Jit.
That
is pretty good.
That's about as good as it gets. It's a 1-of in his deck too, isn't it?
Totally.
Yep.
Oh, he's down to 3.
Yeah, he had to go down and just cast out 2 Ancient Tombs.
Yeah.
I swear, Mark actually just did more damage to himself than David did.
Yeah.
And Mark's just like,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, we're just gonna fence this shit. Get the fuck out of here, son.
Well, in response, he kills the veteran. Oh, but
Yeah,
then Glacier gets 2
yeah.
lands, and he can put it on the owl. That's insane. Oh my god.
David doesn't miss shit like that.
Oh,
No.
Jesus. That is too cute. Oh my god. I think, yeah. So Mark has taken control of Glacier's Venser, bounced the owl, Oh, did Glacier not actually have 2 more basics to get?
He's skipping it. That's it.
Yeah. You just flip cards off the top of the deck.
Batterskull would have been one of them that would have been pretty good.
Alright.
Another one. But...
Alright, I think that's it. I think Mark is Deddy Poo.
Revoker was naming the Birthing Pod Gamers Champ.
Yeah.
Just a preemptive needle on turn 1 naming Birthing Pod.
Yeah, that's the problem with Revoker in the Dark. Is, I mean, I have that same dilemma a lot of the time with Death and Taxes.
So you're right,
ideally,
so you want to play less of the card actually, just because.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're playing it on turn 1 or turn 2, you might not know yet what exactly to name against a deck with a lot of different targets. But you know, a lot of the time you also want to like be playing on curve, so you're like kind of guessing. You want to
see the bear on turn 2.
Yeah, there's a little more like room to be reckless with it in my deck because I play Flicker Wisp, so I can always reset it if I really need to. But Mark's deck, he has no way to really bounce it or, you know, flicker it out or anything like that.
No way to rebuy it.
Yeah. So we see David Gleicher conquer Mark in the last round, bring Mark down to 3-1, and based on the knowledge that Phil Silverman won his match, he was paired down and he won, so he's also 3-0-1. So
looks like first
after
place.
all, Gleicher and Phil's draw ends with both of them taking first and second. And presumably Gleicher will get first place because of the tiebreakers, since he was paired up this round.
I believe that's how it should work. Funny stuff has happened in these events, but it's a small 4-rounder, so it's not likely. Nothing too wild and funny.
Yeah. The W, we are in the storage room in Dice Dojo, indeed. So this is the end of round 4. I think we're actually done for the evening. There's only a few minutes left in the round, actually. So this is going to be us wrapping up. Other guys will be streaming from MTG Card Market, where
it is very cold here, very cold.
Yeah, Dang works at Card Market. People are going to be streaming there on Wednesday for Modern. That's at 7:30, also in Chicago. Mark McManus will be battling there as well, apparently. Apparently playing Tezzeret, because he only plays Tezzeret. Then Thursday, we should be coming to you also from MTG Card Market, back to Legacy, also at 7:30. There might be a giveaway. I don't know. I don't control these things.
It seems like Card Market's been pretty generous on their giveaways, so
yeah.
I do expect on every Wednesday and Thursday for something to be likely to be given out on each day.
There was that Flusterstorm. I wanted that Flusterstorm real bad.
There's some pretty nice stuff there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
The other one was like, what was there? Like some really old Animate Dead, I think, last Thursday, because it was getting unbanned. But yeah, there's some cool stuff going on. And yeah, so everyone who's been in the chat today, everyone who followed us, some of the last people, Mr. Insane and Ket Fox, thank you very much for following. Thank you guys for staying with us all night. Got to see a lot of pod, a lot of mud. It's been a different world since Treasure Cruise went away. So we'll see if that continues later this week on Thursday. And also this weekend, a bunch of us will be in Indianapolis for the SCG Open, which is Legacy. Myself, Mark McManus, Kyle Norman, Nick Hess, and David Gleicher are all driving down together. A bunch of us will have WUBRGxyz t-shirts, so say hi to us if you see us there. I'll be playing Thalia, so it'll be a great time.
Yeah, you won't be seeing me there. I'm just going to take it down in Wisconsin here.
Yeah, he's going to be PTQing. So the smart move, I guess. But all right, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.